Welcome back to the Safe Space, ladies and gentlemen. I missed y'all, man, for real. Every single one of you listeners out there, I appreciate every last one of y'all. Safe Space, man, got a lot of stuff going on. A part of the 52s and Smoke Network. I appreciate you coming to listen. Got to get some announcements out the way. We got a couple of shows. 52s and Smoke is taking off, and I hope you guys are here for the ride. First of all, our show Made with Real just released. First episode of Made with Real. If you want to hear some barbershop talk, some barbecue talk, some backyard talk, some front porch talk, come listen to Made with Real. First episode is out now at 52s and Smoke on YouTube, as well as on Spotify and CastBox right now, coming to iTunes soon. Also, Fantasy Outsiders is right around the corner. Fantasy football, come get your knowledge, get ready from the Fantasy Outsiders, not the inside ESPN experts that be talking that BS. Come listen to the Fantasy Outsiders if you want to win your league. And once again, Safe Space is always going to be here to hold it down the fort. So check us out at 52s and Smoke on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, everywhere you get podcasts. So now let's get into the show. Let me tell you who I got around the table with me here in the Safe Space. Number one, Dumpling, was good?
Yo, what's up?
Mezzy.
Hello.
Mandy Bugs.
Hey.
And we got a special friend here with us today, one of my homies from way back in the day. We might get into some stories, who the hell knows. But my main man, 100 grand, Timbo-Slice. What's up?
How you doing?
My boy Timbo-Slice, man. We go way back. We go way back. He just coming to hang it out with us and kick it today. How's everybody doing, man? What's happening? What's happening around the world? What's happening with y'all, man? I feel like we don't see each other as much as we used to.
Lots of work.
Yeah.
Always
I mean,
busy.
we don't work together no more. So.
Yeah,
Right,
it's
right.
weird.
Exactly.
Yeah, we used to.
Changed.
It's funny. It's going from seeing somebody every day to like
Right?
All right. All right.
once a week or once every 2 weeks.
It's almost like they die.
Yeah.
It
no longer in
feels like it.
existence,
It feels
really.
like it, man.
If we didn't have the podcast, though, y'all would like never see each other.
Wow.
Yeah.
We would have to.
I'm just
No, it's
saying, like
true.
you know how it
It's
is with
true.
your
Jeez.
friends, and you get
Yeah.
to be an
No,
adult.
I don't know how it is.
And you
No.
never get time to hang out with
That's
them.
true. When
It's
me
true.
me and Timbo used to work together, and then I started working at that place. And I kind of lost touch. We lost touch for a long time, and then that's why it's been so long since I've seen him, because I was in, you start moving in a different crowd. I mean, I guess you gotta learn from that after a while and realize, hey, you have to purposely and actively go after your
Right.
friendships to keep them together.
I think there's a difference between
yeah.
like good friendships and then like just your work comrades.
That's true too.
Totally.
Not to sound like a
That
gay
is true, too.
person, but
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
Well, that's true.
people
And
that you like, you're gonna stick with, and you get to
Oh,
reach out and make an effort.
True,
Yeah.
true. But what you think I didn't like you?
I'm sure you did. we talked every now and again. We
did,
chatted,
we did.
text,
Every once in a blue. Yeah.
talked.
we
We're
did.
gonna go eat, but we never
Every
did.
4 months.
Yeah.
Never hooked
How you
up.
doing? How's the job?
Yeah.
You want to quit yet? Okay, let me know.
Yeah, he was on my back. Hey, when you getting out of there? I was like, I don't know, man. I'm trying to ride this thing out. Anyway, fuck work. What else is y'all doing? It been like what, 2 weeks? 2 weeks.
That's a,
Well, I don't know if we can talk about it. That thing we did
what?
Oh,
with,
that thing.
with our friend.
That thing.
That thing.
What did you do with your friends?
What?
Was this a
What are you
female
talking
thing?
about?
The acting thing. I just don't know if we can talk about
yeah.
it.
I mean, you can like be like vague about it. I don't
So y'all
think-
did
yeah.
something cool in Hollywood, is what you're
No.
telling me.
Did
Well,
something
we
that
have
involved
a,
the camera.
Well, we did. Yeah. Hey.
So this
It was
is
a nice
actually
camera.
Oh, I actually saw this on Instagram.
a little bit, yeah. Like, so this is an interesting kind of like
Whoa,
tidbit
what
about
was it?
our life. I think a lot of people already know that because I talked about it on one episode that I'm like a herpetologist and
Right.
I have a lot of fun pets. I don't know if I've ever talked about this on the podcast, but we have an animal actor in our home, a real animal actor.
Frog.
Yes.
Hold on, what?
So this is actually like my favorite story of my life, and I have a lot of cool stories. Okay, so take us back to 2016. Me and Matt go to this Asian market,
Whoop, whoop.
and they always got some cool stuff, So we go to the like
Some
seafood
goat heads and
section.
shit.
No, that's the Greek place that I went to go get
You
the
know, a frog
food.
at an Asian market is not for pets.
Okay, yeah, exactly. No, so we go to the seafood section, and I'm like, wow, look at all these like species that you don't see very often. And I'm over here kind of like, because like I'm a like vegan.
Uh-oh.
So I get like kind of like
How do you know
upset.
you're a vegan? You just
but-
tell the world.
It's like a little bit more for me. I'm like, but I'm not crazy. I'm not gonna be like, But anyway, and then I see these live bullfrogs, and I've just never seen that before. And I know people eat frogs, and I know that these bullfrogs are bred at a farm for frog legs or whatever. But I was like, as somebody who knows how to take care of frogs and who works a lot with frogs, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get one, and I'm gonna have it as a pet. And people don't usually have American bullfrogs as pets because they're just kind of like your run of the mill.
Are
Like,
you telling me that this is the one
Yes.
that became a star?
I am exactly telling you that.
He's-
Rags to riches.
A whole $4.
From frog legs to fabulous. Yes.
How much was it?
He was like
$4.
$3.99.
Oh, so
This is
cheap.
a message to all mothers in the world.
I'm
Don't
serious.
throw,
You're like, I pay way
don't
more for
throw
my
away
chick.
your baby. Don't
I'm
throw away your baby.
serious.
You never know what they could be.
It's so, it like makes me like cry. Not like, I don't know, but so we got him and I was like, this thing's going to live like a week because it's like, stressful conditions. I don't know what kind of diseases it has.
What was the thing we had to swab him for?
I had to like treat him
The
for
fungus?
chytrid fungus.
I was going
and
to
all
say
these,
that,
like-
but I thought I was going to be wrong.
And I literally was like, he's going to live for a week. He is one of the most amazing animals. I think me and Matt both can agree. He's like our favorite frog.
He's super like
He's
human,
very
like.
smart. He's like,
I'll explain when she's done.
he's trained to like come up to us when we get
Okay,
close to his.
that's one question.
He's
I did
trained
wanna
for
know.
sure.
If he's doing
He's
roles
acting.
and
Yeah,
shit, and
yeah.
acting, what do they want him to do?
They want him to be a frog and like
Depends
to
on the
hop
scene.
and
Yeah,
to
sometimes he just has to
You get to
stay,
be
stay
yourself.
there.
and then they'll have the camera like do like a pan.
Let me tell you some of his.
There was one
co-stars.
scene at the end. Well, I guess we can talk about because it's been out.
Yeah, yeah.
He was on a show called Happen Leonard on Sundance,
yes.
and there's this one scene at the end where there's this kind of like creek kind of going by, and there's like things going on, and it was like a one take shot where it kind of came out and then it went around people and stuff, and they had to kind of like focus on him, and he couldn't move for like that whole take. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's trained to just stay still.
Well, yeah, he's
Well,
like
you have to
really
know
used to people.
how frogs are. You have to know like when they like to be comfortable like humans do. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times for a scene, well, he likes to like jump around like in your hands.
Right,
So you have to kind of put him down. We have this little like bowl thing that we put on him to calm him down, and then we'll lift it up and then get out of the scene and then he'll do it.
But
But
like,
sometimes he has to jump.
yeah,
Or
and that's not bad for a typical
jumps
like American
crazy.
bullfrog because they are typically like so crazy. Like you can't get a handle on them. They're just constantly trying to get away. But he is really like habituated to people, and yeah. So he's had some pretty famous co-stars, like Michael K. Williams from like The Wire.
Really?
Was
yeah,
one
we met
of
him.
his
He was a cool
co-stars, and then like, well, he's going to be in this other show. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about it yet, but it's like a DC show.
Wow.
And well, yeah. So, but yeah, so he was in the thing with our friend that weekend. He got to do another acting.
Yeah, I
gig.
just didn't know if we could talk
She's
about
in
it
film.
yet. But
she's
yeah,
in film school.
yeah, it was really fun.
And Matt was like one
I
of
had,
the
I
main
had,
characters.
Yeah, it was. I'll show you.
Oh, that was cool,
It's-
man.
when it
That-
comes out,
that
you're gonna
sounds
laugh.
Wait, does your
cool.
frog have an IMDb?
Not
He
yet,
should.
but he's working
IMDb,
on
on
it.
an IMDb.
He's definitely
That'd be so funny. What's his name?
Kikumon.
Kiko.
Because we got him at the Asian market, and then I just was like
that
the
makes
first
sense.
thing that I saw because like my friend was with me. I was like, "What are you gonna name
the
him?"
soy sauce, right?
And I was like, "Kikumon."
That's pretty
Apparently,
dope.
that goes good with frog legs, right? Right,
Wow.
Dublin? Right?
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
What was your return on him?
Oh, a couple $100 for sure. Almost
Oh,
like pushing like $1,000 for
Damn.
a
Really?
frog.
Wow,
yeah.
good investment.
That's
Seriously,
pretty dope.
Good investment.
That's pretty dope. Hey, maybe you bring him on the show one day and
I love him. He's a great guy.
we'll watch him.
Yeah.
I don't know. Interview.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, man, what else is going on? We wanted to talk about a couple of things. Of course, that's what we do here in the safe space. Talk about some of the crazy shit going on. And one thing, who has the article for Forever 21? If y'all have not heard about Forever 21 and these, what are they, diet bars?
Atkins bars.
They
Oh
don't-
man,
Atkins
even the
bars.
worst ones,
The
dude.
Atkins diet.
That's like a fuck you.
Yeah.
Here's an Atkins bar.
Anyway, if you ain't heard about it, you got it up. You want to...
Yeah. So basically, Atkins, they've gotten some backlash for including diet bars, free diet bars with shipments for customers who ordered from retailers' plus size collection. And actually, it looks like, according to a couple tweets, that like one girl says, I went from a size 24 to 18, still plus size girl. So I ordered jeans from Forever 21, and when I opened the package, I had this
Yikes.
Atkins bar. And of course, she put a picture of it on there.
That's fucking.
Fucking yikes.
But just to be fair,
It's terrible.
there was a thin girl later on who tweeted, I just bought a bunch of XS, so extra small, I assume,
Yeah.
/ small clothes, and I got one too. I don't think it's anything personal.
Well,
Well,
Maybe she's
I,
just
I
defending
still
me.
think
It's
it's a
just really
stupid
bad
idea.
taste.
Right. Yeah.
really
You're
bad.
just gonna
taste.
throw it in there
I think
unbeknownst to people,
Food places should send food.
Right.
Clothing
Yeah.
should send food. Like, it
and they
doesn't make any
shouldn't
sense.
tell you should.
Well,
be
the problem is they.
thinner.
I don't think they even sent like a card or anything with it, right? It's just
No.
the bar, right?
Yeah, it's a bar, and it's in the bag, and it has like an actual like fact sheet that comes with the bar. I'll give you a picture of what it looks
Still
like.
weird.
Oh, it has a fact sheet weight,
It has a
but
fact
on
sheet.
the bar, it doesn't tell you why they're sending it.
But you know,
Right,
like how
right. It's not
sometimes
like,
like
hey, you're fat.
like when companies send gifts in the box, they'll be,
Yeah.
oh, thank you for supporting
Here's
us.
your
but we
Right,
just wanna
right,
give-
right,
That's not a
Like
thank
we
you.
partnered up with Atkins and we have these bars and
Yeah.
you know, want to give.
Well,
They
that
didn't
would
say
make more
any of
sense.
it.
So-
You know what I mean?
So my take on it is, if I was a heavyset girl and I saw that, I would be
you don't
like,
have to say heavy.
well, no, I'm doing it from two.
Husky.
No.
That sounds.
You can say fat. It's
What
like
else is the way
PC.
to-
all
Okay,
good.
fine.
Yeah.
I'll
If
say.
you're- if
I'll
you're
say
a
Some
fat
fat
chick.
ass chick.
Yeah,
Yeah, some fat ass chick.
some fat broad got this now. All right, so if I was fat, I feel bad for saying.
No, I think they're like.
Okay,
I don't know.
I don't know.
If
I say
if I was a fat girl,
They're trying to take the word back.
okay,
It's
okay,
okay.
okay. Well, let me
Use your
let me get
what
out.
with it. What do they want to do?
Hold on,
with it?
okay, hold on.
We'll get into
So
it.
if I was a fat girl and I,
Right.
that sounds so mean, and I got it,
I just think heavy
I would
is
be-
so condescending. I don't
Fat?
know. Never mind.
if I
Keep
was
going,
a fat
keep going.
girl and I got this bar, I would feel bad, right?
Yeah.
But
I'll be
what if
fucking-
I was a skinny girl that was like 15
Let me.
and I got it?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so they're not
Damn.
going to know who it was supposed to be sent to.
Right.
Right.
So if I got it and I got like an extra small, I'd be like, wow, this isn't enough.
Right.
Well,
And
yeah.
you just created a bunch of new
Exactly.
bulimics.
Let
Yep.
me tell you
Damn.
my personal
I
story.
didn't even think about it like that.
So
I know you did.
I
No, I'm
literally,
kidding, I didn't know that.
I
ahead.
almost like died because I've been battling anorexia and bulimia since I was like 13. It's like a constant struggle for the rest of my life. And like at my lowest weight, I was like barely 100 pounds, like literally gave myself heart condition, messed
Yep.
up my teeth. I have like holes in my throat. I had hypoglycemia. It was like really bad. Like if I didn't stop, it was like that kind. So it's like a constant struggle in my life. And like my weight has fluctuated a lot. I've never had to like order plus size clothes, but I guess apparently, even if I ordered like smalls and mediums from
Well,
From,
I don't know how open you want to
Forever
be
20
about it, but well,
well,
usually pretty open about this stuff. So
Yeah.
the size of what you wore wouldn't be bad versus when you were at your lowest. Wasn't that like
Yeah, well, yeah.
14 pant sizes?
yeah, it was bad. Like
Damn.
I when I met him, I think I was like a size like 9, and then I got down to like a size 00.
Yeah. Which is
So yeah, like I definitely know
Uncomfortably
what it's
small.
like to have an eating disorder, and I have like a lot of disordered like thoughts. So if it was today, and I've been
Yeah,
recovered,
imagine if you got
no,
that in the
totally,
mail.
you know how I'd be. So I'm like totally recovered. I've been recovered for like 2 years, but it's a constant struggle. It's always going to be there. If
for you,
I
though.
opened my box of again like small, medium clothes, and there was a diet bar in there, that
Right.
would send me like into a. I would just be like, what?
Over the edge.
What the hell am I? What?
So they said in a statement on Tuesday apparently that it's focused on a lifestyle nutrition approach
Ew.
where everyone can benefit overall
No.
from
Everyone?
health and well-being. So evidently they're sending it to every order that gets ordered.
but why?
Well, the
what's
Atkins
their
diet
goal?
is pretty extreme
I
too.
get that a clothing company, they have no business being in the fitness,
Nothing. Right.
but I mean if everybody's in this fitness kick, I mean I can kind of understand it. They're trying it out. They're sending it to everybody. If you don't use it, don't use it.
Right.
Yeah, I think
But-
I don't know. There's a difference between like a protein bar, like
And
a
an
Luna bar
and
that
an
you get, and
Atkins
like a
bar.
literal Atkins diet bar.
food.
And like if
That's how
you
I'm like, yo,
I was
are,
a fat
Freaking-
chicken. I eat that shit.
yeah, I'm like, oh, dope, thanks. Yeah, like looking out, fam.
I'm just saying, people are fucking.
it's just
sensitive about shit
contact.
Like that.
Well, I mean, some people have literal like mental disorders like
But
that,
they
and then
do.
a lot of little
I've-
girls. The reason that I had that eating disorder and almost killed myself was because when I was 13, 14, I was seeing stuff on TV. I was getting pressured. I was shown that if you are not thin as a woman, especially as a woman, you mean nothing. You have hardly any place in society.
Right.
And being somebody who's been really, really thin, and then I've never been like super overweight, but I've definitely been like a little bit overweight. And I can plainly see, like I am somebody who can tell you I have lived 2 different lives, and I 100% got treated different at my
When you were
lowest weight
thin?
and then at my highest weight.
a bad
Absolutely.
way?
I was treated like a human being. I was treated better than a human being.
When
I
you were
was
thin?
Yes, 100%. And then when I was bigger, people just treated
That
me
confuses
different.
you?
People treated me
Yeah.
different, way
How?
different.
I
well,
think-
you're a
I thought
guy.
she was a
Yeah,
scary
I think
But-
there's a difference between women and men
Yeah.
and how they're treated when they're plus size and skinny.
You know why? Because
I
mean, I assume
if you
that- I assume there is,
if you're
but
the,
you wasn't
if you're the
plus
fat
size.
guy, you're a funny guy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
People want to be around you. They're
That's
like,
why
this
you're
dude's-
funny and I'm funny. We're both fat.
I mean, when I was like in,
Not funny because I'm fat.
Okay, so I'm just trying to wrap my head around this because I never really gave a lot of thought to this.
Yeah.
At your biggest, if you don't
Yeah,
mind,
yeah.
how big were you?
like 180 pounds.
180 pounds.
Which
Okay.
is big for me, I feel like.
For you, it would be big. I
Yeah.
can see you carrying around 180
Yeah.
pounds. But if you were, I don't think it would be
It's not like obese. I was never
right. I wouldn't
obese.
be obese, right?
Yeah.
So in my mind, just the way that I see the world and the culture that I come from, thick girls, because you'd be considered thick at that point.
Well,
right?
I didn't really have an ass or boobs either.
Doesn't
it was
matter.
no.
You're also you're also late bloomer.
I was a big late bloomer.
You got
yeah,
boobs
with
like
that
a month
stuff.
ago.
Yeah, really, seriously.
I'm
But
like-
I'm thinking,
Mazel tov.
look, Lil Wayne got a verse where he say, what do you say? 170 pounds, all fineness, right? Me and my boys used to say that all the time because you could find a 170-pound girl who looks good.
But I think there's more to
that
it than
verse
just.
wasn't around when I was
Yeah,
in
I
high
think it's
school.
like
either.
slim thick.
Yeah, I
something.
think there's a difference. So if you're 170
How you
pounds
carry it.
and you're 5'2" versus 170 pounds and 5'8",
Yeah, if you're 5'2", like Lil Wayne.
there's a huge
Yeah.
there's a huge difference.
Yeah, yeah.
So like you and I, we are pretty close in weight, right? I'm 5'11" and I'm 293 pounds, and you are how tall?
I'm 5'8".
Yeah.
and you're 280.
Yeah.
270. We just weighed each other today.
Sorry,
What are you
sorry.
talking about?
That's-
This is
That's
like
me too.
horrifying me.
Like,
I'm like, oh my
5'8".
god.
I'm 5'8", but I'm
we
like
carry it
280.
very differently.
Not like because you guys. I'm just like, it's crazy that you guys are so like able to just say your weight and to just like.
I'll
As-
say
as like a
we're both
girl?
very
Hide it.
close in
I
age.
can't
We're
hide
both in our mid to late 30s, and we're both fathers.
How much
I,
are you?
I don't think I'm
Crazy.
293 pounds.
He's 293. You're
I'm
280.
280.
Yeah.
Dumpling is what? How tall are you?
Like 5'7", 5'8".
So we're all basically the same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we're all
basically the
pretty much
same.
same
Yeah.
same thing.
That's interesting to hear from me because I'm 5'9", and I would like 140 or
33.
140.
Dude, you're like sticking bones, bro.
But like if you look at the
No.
medical journals say that like technically, how tall are you?
I'm 5'7".
5'7". So 5'7" at 170 pounds, they
That's-
would consider
that's-
you morbidly obese.
True.
Well,
My
I
doctor
used to
told me I'm
always
supposed to be
check it.
181.
And
a
it was
female,
never
right?
morbidly obese, but it was like overweight. It
Right.
was never obese because I was like obsessed.
Like
so
they-
if it was obese, I would have like probably I don't even know.
My
what I
my
would have
doctor
done.
told me at my height I should be at 175 pounds.
God.
That's
what he told me.
that's 125
See, that's
pounds
really,
less than
like-
what I am now.
Right. You got to lose a whole person.
That's
I
like
would-
me.
Yeah.
That's a lot of mass.
Well, you know,
lot, yeah.
all that stuff, and as I learned and like got recovered, like all that stuff is not standardized. It's not like
Correct.
the BMI scale is not standardized. And I will tell you that the BMI scale is not because I was chasing that at my lowest weights and I was still within healthy range. And I only ever dipped down below healthy range at like the last dredges of it before I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'll drop dead. But like there was a lot of time where I was technically underweight and I had like nothing.
Your BMI was like
But my
16.
BMI was like, you're good, girl.
was like- no, I thought
You're
it was like
normal."
16
No,
or
but then it
15.
did get low. It really got very low. But like there's so many factors. Like sometimes you will redistribute weight, but then like your pants won't fit or this, that. Like so people sometimes
Remember-
like they weigh
remember
themselves
that-
every day and they don't see themselves changing, but they are.
Remember that picture that you showed me in the kitchen? That you
Yeah.
That was. It's weird
I was
because you know
really,
that was like
really
a
unhealthy.
year in a relationship. You know, for example, we've been together for over 6 years now. But like in that time, it didn't seem that way. But when I look back at it, I'm like, oh my god,
Same.
You
Well,
had-
because of course I was
you
seeing
were
like a literally
basically dead.
So
I
let me ask you a question. Do you think in any way, shape, or form, let's take it away from it being a marketing ploy. Let's say they actually wanted to promote healthy behavior.
Right, which that's kind of take I'm
to
gonna go with
extra
it.
You know what
small
I'm
girls.
saying? If they, well, no,
They
they
can't-
said
but
it's a plus size
It would be
girl.
discriminating if they just focus it 100%
Exactly.
on
That's
fat
another
girls.
thing. So if you
So it's
just
not
wanted
everybody.
But
overall,
why
every
would-
human being should be doing something better and caring about their
Correct.
health, right?
Right.
And if they were coming from that aspect, and that was genuinely what they wanted to do, would this
that
be
would-
as bad?
Well, that's
Yeah.
the
Well,
that's not the way to
problem.
do
The way
it
they
though.
packaged it and everything. That's
No.
why.
And-
That's why
and
I said
again,
the way
like-
they presented it was like they fucked.
Why
up on
would
that
you use
part.
Atkins? Because I'm sure
Yeah.
Atkins gave them money and blah blah blah.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
It's
If
all
they would've
money,
said
but
that
still,
in
it's
the
like
package, then
Right.
that would have made more sense. But
And
they
it's-
didn't say anything. It
but
was just the
what-
bar.
Right.
It's also like they're not taking into considerations people's specific dietary needs. And it just is like in bad taste, especially for again like a clothing store that directs mostly at younger women.
We're like 14, 15,
yeah,
16.
like younger girls, and then
What do
people
they
my
have to worry-
age.
I mean, let's just be honest. 14, 15-year-olds opening packages. I mean, my kids, when they're 14, 15, they're not going to be opening packages.
Oh my gosh, no! Nowadays,
That's a-
every
Oh,
kid,
yeah. This is the world of Amazon.
like all my like nieces and
They're opening
nephews, all my nieces and nephews and stuff now, I'm like, what do you want for Christmas? What do you want for your birthday? An Amazon gift card. That's all they want. They want an Amazon gift card so that they can
Really?
go, or like, I want a gift
wanna
card
buy
to this.
Fortnite.
And they get everything online now. It's really weird.
Well,
and that's a whole nother talk. But
People
like,
don't go to malls. When the last time you
yeah,
been to a
people
mall
really
that was
don't
like
go to malls anymore.
popping?
It's
I
I
like
think that's different
sad.
for us.
It is. Yeah, I still go to the mall
Dude, the
when I
mall,
close shop.
though.
I don't
What
want
are you
to.
talking about? Kids still go
90s
to the mall,
malls
bro.
was fucking
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
every time
Kids
I've
still
gone
go
to
to
the
the
mall in the last 10 years, it's always been completely packed.
I think they go to hang
It
out.
depends on what mall you're going to.
So the mall we got.
Some are still surviving. I've been to a lot of different malls. In Gwinnett, it's a ghost town. Like I literally went there and I
Yeah,
was
but over
afraid
here-
that it was like about to turn into
Yeah, I mean, if you
Walking
go to
Dead or
like
something.
Lennox or Perimeter,
Well, look at the higher
Yeah.
populated areas where
Yeah,
the
like-
money
Right.
is.
Gwinnett is not highly
No, people
populated.
definitely-
Is that where money is though?
Yes,
Yeah.
poor people
Is it?
spend their
I don't
money.
know.
That's why they're poor.
Well,
Because they spend their
Gwinnett
money.
has 1 million people. In the
It's a
county.
lot
Does
of
it?
people in
Yeah.
Gwinnett.
Okay.
And Gwinnett Place Mall used to be popping. I'm talking about 10 years ago when I was young and I was going. That was the
Is there a
mall we
different
went
mall
to.
in that
I
area?
feel like
It's dead now. It's
The
one
Lennox
that's
Mall?
further out called Sugarloaf now.
I love that
coulda-
one.
That
Right?
could have
Yeah.
affected
Dude, Discover
it is.
Mills Mall is
Yeah, Discover
amazing.
Mills, yeah.
Because it's so weird.
What I
It's
see
the weirdest mall ever.
is that they hang out at the mall still. They like hang out,
Yeah,
and that's
but
like
they may
one
not-
of the only places
but
they
they
can
may-
go without
yeah.
their parents. Their
But
parents
they're
aren't
not
willing.
really shopping.
They get a lot of their stuff online nowadays. They
Yeah.
really do. I think
You-
a lot of kids are like
yeah.
obsessed with getting packages. And
You try it
getting-
on and then
Yeah.
you buy it on Amazon for cheaper.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they can go at a loss because they get their money from services. They sell the invisible product.
Right.
That's how they make money. It's fucking crazy.
This is veering.
If I opened it, I'm a fat guy. I could say it.
Yeah.
All right? I'm a fat
Really?
guy. Yeah. I'm a fat
Nothing
guy.
wrong with
You
that.
just noticed? Thank you.
A little bit.
I guess I don't know. I probably would feel some kind of way because, like you said, there's a lot of things they should have considered, but I also feel like there's no way for them to have considered everything.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think
I just-
that's the problem with their marketing department, the research and development. So you can't cater to the some odd percentage that has some kind of a mental disability or
It's
whatever
true.
you want to call it. I don't want to say mental
Or like
disability. might be-
impressionable
or something like
age.
that. You can't
Yeah.
look at those people who would be like they're anorexic or whatever that
Right,
might have go into a spiral, right? You got to look at it as a whole.
Yeah.
And
Well-
I can kind of understand where they're coming from. They're still wrong,
Yeah, yeah.
but I
I
can kind of
think
get where
they're
they're coming
wrong.
from.
That's a good point.
honestly,
yeah.
what I see is that this is like, I see it as they got offered a sponsorship and they didn't even think. Because, I mean, how many people around this table, you guys, I mean, you don't have any 14-year-old girlfriends, right, Tian? No. Exactly.
Why'd you say that? Why did you single
The
him out?
reason that I'm saying that is because you still.
25. I hope I don't have a 14-year-old girlfriend.
I mean,
Exactly.
Just because we're in Georgia. Come
Let
on.
Hey, if
me
you got
let
two
me
of them, that's
follow that
28,
up.
right?
By the way,
Simple
this guy
math.
thinks R. Kelly should be free. We're going to talk about
Yikes.
that
We'll
later.
talk about
Yikes.
that.
Fucking yikes.
There's a little more.
Oof.
I didn't know the
Oh,
whole
shit.
story. I'll defend myself when we get there.
My heart rate. So what I was saying, the reason that I just made an uncomfortable comment was because you still are aware that young girls are impressionable and that a lot of the time the things that they see on TV negatively impact their body image or their insecurity. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody knows that. That's kind of like a fact of life. It's
yeah.
like all of these little girls are obsessed. Like you can ask any woman, when's the first time that you ever felt like you needed to go on a diet? When's the first time you ever felt like you needed to be
Yeah, what do they
prettier,
see on
that
TV
you
and
were
stuff like
ugly?
that?
And they'll tell you they were 6 years old. I mean, the first time I remember was like 6, 7, 8 years old that I felt like, oh my God, I'm so ugly. I need to go on a diet. I remember my mom cried because I was like 6 and I was like, no, I can't eat that. I'm on a diet. She's like, who the hell told you that you were on a diet? I'm like, well,
Jennifer Aniston.
you know, but
Yeah,
it's just
now that
very
kids are
fucking
sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
It's
now
a-
kids are on social media too.
Yeah, it's
Facebook,
very and oh my
Instagram.
Dude,
god,
it's
just
the
I'm
way
so
that
glad
like
they didn't have that shit
oh
when I
my
was a kid.
god, the way that like 13-year-old
But they
girls
still
look
shouldn't.
now
Parents
versus
are allowing it.
me when I was like 12, 13, I was still wearing like really stupid little like sweatpants. Oh, I keep hitting this thing. Sorry. I was wearing like pink sweatpants and like
Now what
really
they're
like
wearing, dude.
cringy stuff because my mom still like dressed me not 12 but like 8, 9, 10. Now these girls are like 10 years old and they
got
are
makeup and
like
shit?
the Instagram girls.
It's not
Not my daughter.
Yeah, it's not necessarily the
Not my
child. It's the
daughter.
parents'
well,
fault.
it is.
Yeah, because
but
they can choose.
but
Yeah, 100%.
it's the culture. I'm just saying it's the culture. So it's parenting, of course. But if you send your kid to school with you dress them in these stupid clothes, they're gonna get bullied. I'm sorry, they're gonna get bullied.
If you send your
it's
child
not right.
to school in acceptable wear, I'm not saying dressing them like a Mormon, right?
Right? No.
Shout
just
out to the
jeans,
Mormons out there.
jeans
Mormon
and a
pants?
t-shirt.
But jeans and
Shout out
t-shirt,
to
normal
EP.
clothes. If they,
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't really. I mean, I'm not going to argue with it, but I don't think that necessarily they're going to get bullied if they're not wearing,
Right. No, I agree.
bikini bottoms
Well,
and their
let me tell
thongs
you-
sticking out the back.
Oh no.
Let me tell you what will happen as a girl who went through this 100%. So I was always a dork. I didn't care what I looked like until I started noticing that the boys talked to the girls who dressed a certain way and did their hair a certain way and had highlights and did their makeup. And so I saw that and it clicks in your brain. And when you get to be a girl and you want a boyfriend or you want somebody to notice you or you want to be cool, what do? You look at those girls and you say, well, I better start learning how to do my makeup. I better ask my mom for highlights. I better tell her, oh no, I don't wear those anymore. Those aren't cool. I need these. I need that. It's not because you want to be that way. It's because you see them getting certain results, getting attention from the boys, getting more friends.
Right.
And you see that as a pathway to what you want. Because it's hard being a kid. And I think we can all agree.
It's supposed to be like.
It's
Isn't
hard.
that like the parents should teach
not,
them
not
that?
trying to divert this to a parent conversation, but I do see that a lot of parents nowadays are the hands-off kind of parents.
Yeah,
As long as you're
yeah.
out of my hair, I don't care. That kind of thing, and
Right.
whatever. I think that if parents are, instilling that behavior of self-confidence, a child shouldn't go to school and think that, oh, I need to look like a whore to get a guy. Right? As long as they have the self-confidence, you are amazing no matter what you do. You're beautiful. It doesn't matter.
Right,
as long
but-
as they have the self-confidence, that's
Right.
where it's at.
And what I'm just like, again, as a girl who was a young girl, my parents used to tell me I was beautiful all the time. They used to tell me that I was gorgeous, that I was smart, that I was pretty. And I still, as long as the boys were ignoring me and didn't want me and they wanted my friends, when you're in school, when you're a little kid, you have these blinders on and all you see is that. So when your parents tell you, no, you're not wearing that, you say, well, but you don't get it. It's not cool. I mean, I used to go, and this is just, again, my experience, but all my friends did it as well. My parents said, you're not wearing that. You don't need this. You don't need that. So I would go behind their back. When we went to the mall, I would save my lunch money. I would buy myself some thongs, or like I would buy myself something cooler
Hey.
This
to
one, she was
wear.
like 6 guys,
and then
so,
I would put it in my bag and just go change at school and then change out of it before I got home. I mean, it doesn't, like, you'll get
Damn.
around it somehow. And I'm just,
sorry, mom.
that's
It
how all
happens.
my friends were. That's how I was.
I've been preparing for that.
And
my-
it's hard
My daughter's
for
whole
somebody like it's hard for, like kids are smart and I feel like they get it when their parents tell them that they're beautiful and work their confidence up. They realize that you're their parent and you're always going to think the world of them. But when they're going out in the world and they're seeing their friend who is clearly cooler and better dressed and their parents are more lax, they see that their friend is getting results, their friend's getting all the boyfriends, their friend's getting all the going to the parties and stuff, and they're not. That's what all they see. And so that's
Right.
where they're
It comes to a point where your child, as much as you parent them, as much as you build them up, they care about the outside.
They're gonna do what they
world.
want to do.
Yeah.
Right.
They're gonna care. It's gonna influence them, and they're gonna build their own thoughts about what's going on based off of what they're seeing every day.
Right.
So you're telling them you're great, you're perfect, and then
My parents were
they're
like
trying
that.
to reconcile between what you're saying and the fact that I go to school and my friends don't really hang out with me, and all of the girls with the spaghetti straps are having all the fun.
Right.
So they're gonna have to reconcile that within their brain, and most of the time, the world takes them more
Yeah,
than the parent.
exactly.
But I do agree with you because, of course, I try to tell my daughter she's beautiful no matter what she do.
Right.
Just take care of yourself and be healthy. You know what I'm saying? You
My
can do whatever
parents
you
told
want.
me
Just
the
be
same
healthy.
thing. My parents have always been so loving and supportive of me, and I still almost killed myself to be as thin as the girls that I saw on TV. And my parents, like, they were crying and telling me, why don't you see what we see? And I'm like, because you're my fucking mom. Of course I don't. You think I'm perfect, but look at me, I'm ugly. Like, because I was just that fucked up from society. But, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I think
It's
there's a huge
more.
difference between guys and girls.
It is, yeah.
When hormones get into a play factor. Mm-hmm. I mean, I grew up. I am not a handsome man, but I went to high school. I didn't wear the hottest shit, but I was friends with everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had that I don't give a shit attitude. And it's just totally different worlds.
It really is.
That's why we have the different perspectives.
I think it's always going to be different for
It
women,
is, and
women
it
and
sucks.
Men and women
Right.
for sure.
And that's why
'Cause
we're trying
dudes,
to
they-
change it, like with
dudes
body
can still be
positivity.
respected if they're
Yeah.
not the
Right.
You're
But like,
goddamn right.
Whoa,
Exactly.
Whoa.
but I really feel like
it takes work. It
No,
don't
it does.
just
I mean, you
come.
gotta have a good personality,
You can
obviously, yeah.
You can have a good personality because I was that guy with the knockoff sneakers. I was wearing.
You didn't have N1s, dude?
No, I had ponies. You know what
The
those are?
fuck are those? Some New Jersey shit.
I was wearing ponies and all kind of other bullshit for a long time, and I wasn't the cool guy. And people didn't like. I had a big head, and I didn't have cool clothes, and I was skinny as hell. Like I used to be skinny, guys.
Spoiler alert.
I was very
Spoiler
skinny.
alert.
But yeah, back then when I didn't have the cool stuff, I was outside of the cool group.
The bubble.
I was
Yep.
outside of that.
and
that
when you're a
nucleus.
kid, that's all that matters. Unfortunately, you
Right.
can't see the real world.
And I found, you know what? my first pair of Nikes my girlfriend bought me.
Aw,
When was this?
that's sweet.
9th grade.
Nice.
Your first one was ninth
Little
grade.
baller girl.
No, I said my first pair.
fucking
I said my first pair.
What
I said my first pair of Nikes. Come on, the play beats. I had them. I had them.
kind of
okay?
Nikes? Alan, were they
I had them
Iversons?
lining outside.
I don't even know what they were. They
Remember
were
the
just-
Iversons, man?
Yeah, I did.
Everybody
I had
wanted.
some pair. I had
yeah.
a pair of those in 11th grade. But yeah, I didn't have anything cool. I luckily got a girlfriend because
Wait, how
shit,
did she buy
she
you?
wasn't cool.
Was she also in 9th grade?
Yeah,
Hey,
did she-
um,
How did she? Yeah.
her parents had money. She had money. She
Those-
not a lot of money, but
Well,
she had
any
more
pair
money
of
than me.
sneakers is expensive in 9th
And
grade.
she sacrificed for me.
That's
She,
really
you know what I mean?
sweet.
So
Damn.
that's when I started to become cool because I couldn't go back to wearing the ponies after I put the Nikes
All
on.
I got in 9th grade
So
from my
I had to
girlfriend was a
keep
Van
getting
Halen
lucky.
CD.
That's a good gift, though.
pretty
My-
good gift.
Yeah.
Yo, it was rough.
Yeah,
man.
it's rough,
It
and
was rough as a
the
kid.
world is very. I mean, look at everywhere you turn, you see an advertisement that basically tells women, "You're not good enough unless you look like this. You're not," and it's blatant and it's obvious, and we see it and we feel it and we witness it. You know, we have friends who are again better looking than us, and we witness them being treated. I am one person who literally has lived 2 different lives as 2 different women, and I have blatantly seen it in so many ways. I mean, guys that used to literally bully me ended up hitting me up when I lost weight and were like, "Hey, I always like had a crush on you," and I'm like, "No, you fucking didn't, you piece of shit. I'm not
That's
stupid.
a ploy.
I'm not stupid."
Smart dude.
And it's like, it's
Smart
really
dudes
sad,
keep certain girls in the tuck and always be nice to
Ugh.
them just in case they boo
and
them.
that's gross.
That's another story. That's another.
But yeah, it's just like
secret. Don't tell
Hey,
that
shut
shit.
up,
What's wrong
man.
with
What
you?
are you doing?
I'm sorry.
I think what that whole
That's some
tangent
Steve Harvey shit.
was
Fuck Steve Harvey.
yeah. Anyway, well, okay, so that whole tangent was
Sorry.
no, it's okay.
I do have one question though. Before we get off of this topic, I
Right.
wanted to know, what if, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, if I had a company and I wanted to encourage healthy living and healthy eating, obviously this may not be the way to go about it, but what would have been a better way for them to go about it?
I'm trying to think.
Well, I mean, are
it's
you a
going to be
health food-
fragile regardless.
I'm
It's
not.
just
I'm a
like
clothing company, or
health-
I
I
fucking
think
I ride bikes
You
and
know
make
what?
commercials about it. Can I ever promote health to my
Yes.
customers in what kind of way?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think your first step, if you want to do that, is to put an insert in all of your packages. Gauge your response from the insert. All it is a piece of paper that goes with your order, saying, "Hey, exercise, whatever the hell
People
it
don't
is."
even look at their receipts, though.
Right, but people who are going to complain, they're going to complain about it. They're going to be like, "What the fuck is this?" Oh,
Why do you
look."
care? Why do they care so much? It's like, I think what it is that people, it's a very sensitive subject. Health is different for everyone. Some people need to gain weight. Some people need to lose weight. Some people are allergic to things. Some people are vegan, like me. I couldn't eat that bar. 'cause
Oh,
I'm
you're
like,
wow. Second time she told us.
Spoiler.
I'm
oh
sorry.
my God.
Why you killing him for
He's a
being
vegan
You're
too,
a
by the way.
fucking
I know, but I don't
Yeah.
tell everybody.
No, I'm just saying it's like my experience. I'm trying to like show people my perspective.
Right.
But if I'm buying clothes, I'm not looking for health advice. I'm not looking to be fucking lectured. I don't want your bar because I'm not going to eat it.
I don't want no Atkins.
I will go to the health place when I want health
place.
advice or when I don't know. It's just like, it's just unnecessary, and everybody's health is very different and very, very individual, and
I
you
think
can't
this does-
one size it.
I
think
think
go ahead.
if you're like Nike or Adidas, and that's fine. But Forever 21 is different. Unless they have like activewear, then I'll
Yeah,
put it
it's
with the
very
active.
Who
random.
shops at Forever 20? What kind of store is it? I don't
It's
know.
for little girls too. It's for young
It's for
high
every-
school.
It's not for older
I
females.
No,
stopped
it is.
dropping.
I thought they
for-
want to. Didn't they go?
It is for older females as well.
Well,
have
actually, well,
friends
I don't
that-
know. Yeah, you can find stuff still there,
I
but
thought they
I'll
went
go
out
in
of
and I'll kind of
business,
be like,
but maybe I'm
"Eh,
thinking of somebody else.
this is
I
kind of
don't even know
lame."
what the fuck it is.
But
You have no
Yeah,
reason to
it's-
go.
What I
You have no
meant-
reason to go there.
Well, it's
Zero.
apparel,
Unless you're
yeah.
fucking.
So let me
pedophile.
just,
Which you're not.
let me just cap off what I was saying with that whole tangent about young girls being impressionable. It's a fact of life. We all know that. We all know that young girls are impressionable. So there's no way these people at Forever 21 didn't know that. There's no like, oh, they didn't realize it. It's like everybody knows
Yeah, is there-
that young girls are impressionable and that they get eating disorders.
Is there
and like,
PR
it's
team
like
like
a
a bunch of
whole
dudes that are in,
trope.
like,
Some
when I
people
first-
think that 15-year-old girls can make the proper decisions.
We'll get to that. I got a question for you. Let me get a question for you real quick. Just I thought about this when I was urinating. What's the difference between you buy? I'm winning because I just walked around a lot.
Fat fuck.
What's the difference between?
Maybe you need the Atkins.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
If you, well, now, let's just only go in if they only send it to fat people, right? And if they send it to skinny people, it just doesn't make it matter. But let's just say you order fat clothes, I send you Atkins bars, right?
Right.
What's the difference between that and you buying a pack of cigarettes and me putting pictures of decaying dead lungs on it? What's the difference?
What do you mean?
Exactly.
That's lung
So
shaming.
when you
If you're trying to
cigarettes-
clothe
That is
yourself,
lung shaming.
Okay,
Listen,
let me.
listen.
You go first. I'll go.
Okay, this
Yeah.
is crazy to me because
Ooh.
you're saying that what should fat people walk around naked?
It's like,
They're trying to clothe themselves.
It's like say you buy.
They're not
Sean
allowed to
John
buy
clothes. You know who
clothes
Sean John is, right? And
without
you-
being
and you
shamed?
put,
Sean John.
and you put in like swimming lessons in there, like
What?
free swimming lessons because black people can't swim. No, that's just saying that. Is that okay?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
That's the same thing as
That's exactly what I'm saying.
I'm
Okay.
just saying. I'm just you know.
I'm
feel
not
what
saying.
you're
I'm
trying
not
to-
saying they're
No,
right. I'm
right.
not saying that. I'm just saying
No,
it's the.
It's
to me,
just
it's the
not
same thing in
at
my
all.
brain.
Okay,
It's
no.
even a
Draw the
little.
line.
I got it's.
Whoa, can I finish my statement?
Yes.
Because okay, at the end of the day, nobody has to fucking buy cigarettes. Nobody has to buy cigarettes. They're not a life necessity. I understand that people are addicted, but they are an extra in life. If you had, I mean, you need clothes.
Everybody
you need
doesn't
shelter.
have to shop at Forever 21. You can shop somewhere else. You can shop at Macy's. You
I know,
can
but
shop
if
anywhere.
you
Walmart,
don't
Target.
know that they send diet bars with their fucking clothes,
Right.
I didn't know that. I could have. I didn't know. Nobody
I
knows
didn't know
that.
this brand of cigarettes was going
They're
to show
buying-
me all of these
listen.
graphic images. You know what I'm saying?
But you know that cigarettes are bad for your health, and I mean, there's no hiding
diet
that.
bars aren't bad for
People who are fat,
But
and I think
people
you
who are
guys can
fat are
probably
bad for
agree
you.
this, and you've
It's like why are you giving them more food?
Yo,
okay.
I'm not trying to derail
No,
you.
it's okay.
Go
I'm
ahead.
just. I'm like, okay. So you guys are all aware that you're
Assholes.
not. No. Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, you guys have made it clear that
Whoa.
you are aware of your body condition. You're aware of
For
it.
sure.
You don't
I am.
think that like you're,
sure.
you know,
Every day.
like
No, we know. We
Adonis.
know we're fat.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
And when a woman buys clothes and she's buying them from the plus side, she fucking knows she's fat. She
Right.
knows that she's probably not as healthy as she should be. She knows she's fat. But when you're buying cigarettes, you know that you are
not as healthy as I should be.
well,
I know.
cigarettes are like at this point
Killing myself.
There's absolutely no excuse. Like there's
Right.
I understand that people have their vices, but when you see the rotting lungs on the cigarette pack, I mean, what does that really do? Does that hurt your feelings? You fucking already know. You went to the
It
assemblies of
says
school.
on the side of it,
It
it's going to
doesn't
cause
fucking
cancer.
hurt
If you're
your
a fat
feelings.
person, you already know you're fat.
What if they
bro.
give you? What if it's a big pack of gum that goes in there too? Like your breath smells like shit, bro. 'Cause
Basically,
you smoke all the
But
it's
time.
the
smokers
difference.
already know
That's
that.
shaming me. What-
No,
well,
it's the difference
I don't know. It's not the
between-
same. We shouldn't be trying to
No.
equate these things.
It's the
anyway.
difference
Wait,
between
right.
somebody
Wait,
walking
wait.
up to you smoking cigarettes. Okay, how about this? It's the difference between your beautiful little baby, you know, for the first time, maybe they're like 5 or 6, walking up to you and saying, you know, Dad, like, smoking's not good for you. And you might feel like sad, but you're like, oh, I'm glad that they know that. And you're right, you should never smoke. Versus them walking up to you and saying, Dad, you're fat. Why are
Hey,
you
Dad,
so
you're
fat?
But like that's what they teach in
I
health
don't know,
class
but it's like
nowadays,
sad.
you know what I mean?
It's like I don't know. It hurts. It would hurt my feelings to have somebody blatantly like I already know I mean, right now, thankfully, I'm not fat, but like, well, I'm just saying like it wouldn't hurt my feelings.
Hashtag
Thank-
fuck fat people.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
My mom tells
I know
me
I
every
shouldn't
day
have said
now,
that. I shouldn't have said that.
Hashtag
Your
fuck
mom
you.
tell you that every day.
I shouldn't
you're
have said.
fat.
Okay, no,
Hashtag
I was just saying like
thankfully
I'm
you're not fat.
fortunate. I'm
Congratulations.
fortunate that
I'm
nothing
fortunate.
like
Yeah, you are. He is.
nice. No, like I'm fortunate. I don't have like a disorder that makes it so that I don't know.
Wow.
Anyway,
You're just digging a hole.
I know.
I'm so glad I don't have any
okay.
fucked up.
Let's talk about 15-year-olds getting pissed on.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That way I
Hold
can be
on.
the bad guy.
We
Hold on.
didn't even say we were going to talk about
Yeah.
that.
When I first
know.
heard
I
this
like it,
story,
though.
I was like picturing like some dude was like, oh, plus size diet bar.
Fuck that bitch.
No. Okay.
Diet bar.
You need a diet bar.
There you go.
All right. Okay. I got something to add. So, you said if you're saying cigarettes, and if you
Yeah.
but that analogy. So, I think it has to do with cause and effect. So, getting a pair of pants and having the bar that would be maybe the effect. Like the pants that you have are large, so the effect of what you ate is that. But smoking isn't the effect. Smoking is the cause.
Right.
So if you
Right.
got something in the package, that's a warning. This is causing you to have this issue.
Right.
Right,
You're
right.
actively doing
Yeah,
this.
this
Whereas
is-
like
I-
buying clothes.
hey.
I'm sorry.
Whereas if you get a pair of pants, that's the effect.
Right.
You're right.
The cause would be if you went to Zaxby's and you ordered that double finger platter.
Goddamn right.
So
And
they should come with a side nutrition bar there. Is it okay?
Or
At
no, or
Zaxby's?
just say like, but then, but the thing is, they put the calories like this shit's 4,000
Right,
calories,
and
and
that's
a
enough.
million grams of fat, but
Right.
people don't care.
I don't
They're
know.
gonna
It's just
eat
like
it.
Yeah.
You
So-
have no idea how they gain their weight. They could have.
They went to Zaxby's
There
or
are
Chick-fil-A
lots of-
or Popeyes or all the other shit that Georgia produces.
Why is this all chicken places you're talking about? What the fuck's wrong with
We're in fucking Georgia.
People eat a lot of chicken, bro.
I don't know. It's like
He's like, I'm
Fuck
sorry,
this.
man.
there's a lot of disorders that cause people to gain weight. You know, there's PCOS.
if it was anything
there's
else, any
hormone
other food.
imbalance.
Polycystic
Also,
ovarian
too.
syndrome.
Right?
That's what I was
Thyroid
just saying.
issues.
Also,
Yeah,
too.
thyroid.
Yeah, so
you have no idea what somebody's going through.
I see all these, things where, there's a lot of diet fads out there. You know, like people can say veganism is a fad because it is popular. So I'm not gonna say it's a fad.
no,
Well,
it's not.
I don't. Okay, and then you have like keto diet and stuff, which has been around since the '90s and all these things. And then people doing fasting, which can be beneficial, but people go overboard and they like, oh, you fasted for 30 days. I'm like, yeah, that's why you're sick. Oh,
That's why you're dead.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I just feel like even saying this as like someone that doesn't consume dairy or meat, there's not a one size fits all.
No, there's
diet.
not.
There's not. I can't say
That's
like
what I'm saying,
this is what I
yeah.
eat. So this is what Fortune over there should eat. It's like no, we're completely different
Right.
people.
definitely.
There are people that are allergic. They can't eat soy, and in a lot of meat replacements in the vegan diet has soy. So I would say like you don't have to cut meat out. You can still get protein and things in there, but
Right.
don't eat as much.
Right.
Have more fruits and vegetables
What
and
I'm,
just
yeah.
fix it there.
I think
What
the
a-
bottom line is they're hard.
Everybody's different.
Yeah, everybody's different.
It's a very individual.
I think
health is individual.
Them as a company, their heart was in the right place, but the delivery was completely wrong.
Maybe
I
they
think-
should
They
have.
want people to be healthy.
I think their heart wasn't
they
in it
want
at
to get in the
all.
right.
It's just the way
well,
it's
they want people to be
delivered.
healthy.
Or what if they like?
Yeah, the
I
longer
think
you live,
I
the
think you
more-
mentioned something about like a sheet or something. What if it was like a questionnaire? Like, what do you eat or what do you do? Exercise.
something.
What are our
Why the
what is our? I know it's weird, Amanda, but
It's just
what
not-
what do
yeah.
our customers like? What do they? What's their activities?
It's just weird. I think they got a sponsorship.
I know it's weird.
I don't think
Of
they
course
care
they
about
did.
Oh
health.
yeah, of course. Yeah.
Fucking Atkins.
They don't care about
Nobody
your
would
health.
pick Atkins.
And
Right.
listen,
No.
here's the bottom line about this, and then we can move on. When I was at my heaviest, I had no health problems. Okay, I did not have any health problems. I went to the doctor every year. I didn't have pre-diabetes. I didn't have any health problems. I got my blood taken every year. When I was underweight, I almost died. I gave myself a forever heart condition. My throat has holes in it. I
Tell
have,
them who
like
g-
thousands of
who-
dollars.
Who
worth
called
of
you?
dental.
Who's the person that called you out?
You?
No.
Do you need?
No.
Oh, my dentist, my
Yeah.
literal dentist, and my teeth look fine on the outside, so I don't have like janky, teeth, thankfully. But in the back, like I need some work done. And my dentist literally was like, Do you need to talk? Like, are you bulimic? Because I can tell you're like.
I would actually. How does being bulimic
They must have
affect your
been
teeth?
able to see. Oh, it
The acid
rots
from your stomach rots your
your
teeth.
enamel. It-
Bulimic is the puking one, right?
yeah, and I had
Yeah.
both.
Right.
Okay.
That's
And,
such a nonchalant. That's the
It's a
one where you
puking
throw up.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, and I
There's
like to be open
anemic,
about
which
it.
is totally different.
Yeah, and I'm anemic too, which is great. But yeah, I had so many more really, really serious health issues as somebody who was trying to diet and lose weight and who was underweight and who was at that a lot of the time, like I was saying, my BMI said that I was normal or fine. I had so many more issues as a skinnier girl than as a bigger girl. So health
Yeah,
does not
skinny
equal.
don't mean healthy.
Yeah,
Well,
and
you're
fat
right.
does not necessarily equal unhealthy either.
Correct.
All right. I'm
It
gonna say
doesn't.
one more thing. We got to get off this topic, but I'm about
It's a
to
good
say
one,
something that could open up a whole nother topic.
It's just gonna be a health podcast.
I don't want to do the whole thing, but this also makes me feel like the conversation about corporations being able to be seen as people as opposed to
I
an
hate
entity.
it. No, it's bad for you.
I think that is somewhere in here, but I don't want to get that deep into politics and
Mm-hmm.
money and all of that stuff. I think we did enough of that. Tired of fat people. Tired of myself. I'm a fat guy.
Tired of fat.
What do you want me to do? Tired of Timbo-Slice. Tired of dumpling.
I think it really is
you guys
interesting.
are fucking fat.
You know, like as a side note, as we transition, I think it's interesting to see how nonchalant guys are about, like being overweight versus how
Guys are nonchalant about a
passionate
lot of shit.
I
Yeah.
got
Why?
about it because it almost killed me. And like,
you know what?
It's
Guys
because
are nonchalant about everything.
I know, but
I feel like
just don't give a
like
shit.
if
but
I
you
went,
know why?
if I went to
Who
the
cares?
if I went to the doctor and they were like, you have, I don't know, diabetes or type 2
I
or
have
whatever.
diabetes, by the way.
So
Facts?
you know,
and this fucker be eating big
hold on,
ass.
hold on. You, wait,
Ass vanilla shakes at work and
You know what a dude would do? They'd be like, "Shit, I'm going to the movies. You don't care. Whatever. I'm gonna go get
Right.
some popcorn." But a
Yeah,
woman would
whatever.
fucking like
well, and
cry
you
in
know
her
why
diary.
that is. Everybody
Right.
thinks it's like, oh, because women are so dramatic, women are crazy. Look at society. Just take one look at society and see who is targeted.
There's a huge difference emotionally wise and psychological wise between women and men.
Dudes don't give a shit
100%.
about
I think
nothing.
dudes are okay
As
with
long as
how
I
it
can
is.
get the box It don't care. It
I
don't
think
matter
dudes
what I
are
look
okay
like.
with
Box?
just.
You mean like fight?
No, if I can get the box.
The punani.
Give me some of that box.
Oh, you want some puss?
Some-
Who calls it the box, bro?
Some people call it box. Listen, okay.
I don't got a
different
box.
place.
It doesn't even look like a box.
Yeah, I was like the box.
More like a
What you mean
diamond?
box.
I never called it a sex box.
The diamond cutter?
A sex box? I call
never
my
call
bed
it-
a sex box. It's the shape of a fucking box, bro.
Anyway,
Sorry, I
look,
think I yelled on
but I
that
think
one.
dudes, at the end of the day, a dude, for the most part, only cares about stuff that's going to keep him from attaining what he wants. If it's going to stop me from attaining what I want, then it's something that I have to attack and
Yeah.
conquer.
So do you
And
feel like
weight
if
and
a dude's
appearance-
400 pounds, but he can get like
If I can
the
get
girl he
everything I
wants to
want,
be, he don't care.
I'm good.
And I think
The fuck?
weight and appearance holds women back a lot more than men. I really do.
Yeah.
Especially not to
do,
get into it, but like
100%.
roles for like movies and shit.
Yep.
The fat funny guy gets so many roles.
There's only like one or
Zach
two fat funny
Galifianakis
girls in
gets roles 'cause
Hollywood.
he's a fat
Yeah.
beardy guy.
Well,
I heard
versus
that
10.
Melissa McCarthy, I might be wrong on the name, but the chick who was in
She's like the new crazy fat
yeah.
funny girl.
So she was really heavy
I was thinking of
on
Jenny
the
McCarthy.
show with her and this other fat guy. The whole show premise, I don't know the name of the show. I'm sorry. I
Don't you
remember.
watch that show?
But
What show?
it was two fat people. It was a fat her. She was
This
fat,
Is
and then
Us?
her husband, and it was her. I'll look it up.
Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa.
Isn't
I
that
might be
that?
wrong. Hang on, I'm gonna look it
I
up.
don't
Have you
think
seen
it's
The Heat?
Melissa McCarthy.
I'm gonna feel bad if
What's
that's
the
not
heat?
her. Damn, he's like an asshole.
There are two cops, the girl cops.
It is her.
The girl with Sandra Bullock.
You send your book. The other girl.
The other girl, that's Melissa
the-
McCarthy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she lost a bunch of weight.
Did you?
Right. She got fired from the show. They canceled the show because she lost a lot of
Well,
weight.
that's like a
She was
very
too thin.
specific.
right.
I don't know.
right,
You
right.
guys can't argue
That's
honestly
fucking
that like women are held to higher standards for
No,
beauty.
for sure. I'm
They-
definitely
it's
mad.
Mike and Molly was the name of the show.
I'm letting
They,
you know.
for sure they
Like,
are, but I
even,
feel
like,
like you put the weight
guys-
in your own category. Like you emphasize, not you personally, but women
Okay.
will say like, I need to look like this.
I know, but like guys will literally reject you, and I feel like
Hell yeah. Like
a black
so
man.
many more.
A black man.
So I feel like so many more women are open to dating like not perfectly perfect guys than guys who are willing to date overweight girls. I really do think that. I see it with. I mean, I see it.
Is it a confident thing? Because
No, I think that guys, even guys who are overweight, like they expect
why are you pointing to him?
a really like. I think guys who are like on average,
She's like guys that are overweight.
guys that are over. No, I'm saying with. I'm like talking with my hands because I'm Italian.
Bibbidi bobbidi boobidi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
Break your face. All right. Come on. I think that I mean, I've seen it again with my own eyes. Like, guys who are overweight, I think that they have a lot of confidence and they think that they can expect a girl who's like really fit and like really, really
I mean,
hot.
Of course.
When you see like fat,
And then
Fat
girls,
Joe,
I think a lot of girls, like if
you're
I'm
younger.
like, if the girl's like overweight and isn't confident, they're not going to expect to get a hot, like 6-pack Shawn Mendes. You know what I mean?
wow.
I agree.
Of
I
all
agree with
fucking
you.
dudes.
I agree with you 110%. I will say that with the Fat Joe thing, anybody who's a superstar is
That's-
null and
they're
void.
off-
We
they're
can't
off-
count them.
they're
We're talking
off
about average
limits.
Joes, right?
Yeah.
But I will say that
Average
I
Fat
think
Joe?
based on society, a lot of heavyset women aren't happy-go-lucky, confident. They're more in their shell. They are very sensitive. In my
they're
experience,
funny and,
like my sisters, my whole family, we're all fucking fat. But my sister is really heavy set. She's always been heavy set, and she's not super outgoing. Like you see a fat guy, most fat guys. I'm a fat guy. Outgoing, go out. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? What's going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It doesn't matter. But I feel like women, for some reason, because of that society rules,
I've seen it like
You-
personally. My is like.
I feel like we're never gonna get off this
I
topic.
know.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
We probably won't, but I
It's
see
a good one though. I
something
think.
that's
I don't
really
know.
funny that you said that women who are
Fat?
overweight or whatever feel
Just say
like they
fat.
can't get anybody
Say it.
or not
See?
going to be with anybody. And then the fat guy.
There you go. Why is it gotta be fat guys but overweight
guy.
women?
Yeah, yeah. You can say
Okay,
that.
okay. But
Fat
then
women sound so mean.
Fat guys
from
feel
But
like,
fat guy doesn't.
No, it sounds
exactly.
funny.
That tells you
Sounds like the
everything
guy
you
I
need
wanna
to
go
know.
hang out
fat
with.
guy and fat
Yeah.
girl.
You see fat guy, positive, funny, fat girl, negative, bad, bad.
But
That
the-
tells
equal
you all you need to
opportunity.
know.
But
No,
you know
it's-
what every dude in this room will tell you?
What?
That no matter if the girl is fat, ugly, or whatever, she can have sex whenever she wants to.
No.
Who doesn't think that about women? That the majority of women can get some,
There's always a
get
guy
some
out there
dick
that
whenever they
wants
want.
There's always a guy.
It's gonna
who's
be a
do it.
guy. It's
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
be.
My point exactly, but you can't say that about dudes.
Yeah,
But
you
if a woman can get
I think you
But
can.
to your point, actually,
no, dudes will never say that.
I think I might be wrong. I'm sure somebody's going to correct me on this, but I feel like humans are the only species where the women dress up and display themselves in a sexual way to attract men.
Yeah.
Every other species on a planet, it's the opposite, where the men are showing themselves. Hey, bitch, look at me.
Birds
Yeah.
be wild.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think it's every species,
It's
lizards,
interesting,
the whole
yeah.
9 yards,
Yeah,
right?
for the
Yeah.
most part. The the female. Let me tell you about the female anglerfish, and this can be a
What's
That's
good.
the dangler one, right?
Yeah, so they
Yeah, I
live
know what
very.
you're
Is this
far.
gonna get us to bath water?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, fish are in water, right?
Yeah.
Fishing water.
They live really far down deep in the ocean. They have a really cool bioluminescent like lantern
lights.
on top
Yeah.
of their head. And the females are really, really big. And the male is like less than, I think it's like 2% of her body size. So he's just a little guy.
Jeez.
And he'll come over. This is my idol.
He's
She's
got
an
a strong
icon.
hold, though.
The female anglerfish ignores him because he ain't shit. And he literally is just a swimming
Sex bag?
vessel for sperm and
There
he
you
will
go.
bite
All
under
her
her
bodies.
side. She doesn't even notice. He will bite under
Wow.
her side, and basically she absorbs him into her body.
So he no longer exists?
Like American
He
Gods.
no longer exists.
Who saw that? Nobody watched
Nobody.
American Gods?
You're the
They
one.
probably stole that
damn it.
from the.
You watched American Gods. Comment down below what happens to people that don't know.
She basically just ignores him until he goes away, but she still serves.
What a
So he
her
doesn't
purpose.
die, right?
He
just
does die. He totally dies.
When she
bitch.
decides
So
to
he's
mate,
dumb.
when she decides to mate with him,
Damn.
she absorbs.
She
him
doesn't
into
even
the
have to
body.
mate. She just absorbs him because he's biting her
just kinda
because he
like,
wants it so
Yo, I
bad.
swear to God.
what a horny.
She just
fucking
keeps
fish.
swimming.
I
She's
will
a
send
fucking
20.
queen.
No, I'm not gonna say.
You're
20.
so horny,
I
you'll
will
go
send-
kill
I will
yourself.
send $10 to whoever comments down below what I'm talking about on American Gods that does the same
$10.
thing as
Shit,
the
I'll
fish. What's the
find
name
out
of this
and
fish?
comment.
Anglerfish, deep sea anglerfish.
The anglerfish. Name the god and what they did in American Gods that is so similar to what we just described with the anglerfish.
I'm going to
I will
create
send
a
you
Gmail
$20.
account and then comment on it.
I love
Have
her.
you seen it?
No. I'm just
I
going to
don't
search
even
it.
know. I'm
And
not
then
gonna
I'm
say
going to get
anything.
$10.
Whoever knows what it is, comment it down there. I'm gonna send $10. Yeah, $10. I'm not sending you a dub. $10.
50?
Nope. $10 bucks.
20?
Anyway, speaking of fish in the water, what's her name? Danielle Brigoli.
What?
That's
Daniel, isn't that
Catch Me
that Catch Me Outside?
We're not gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah,
even
not
have
her.
time to
Bella-
talk about her today.
Della, I don't even know her name.
Belle Delphine.
Belle
Delphine.
No, it's Belle.
Belle Delphine. Belle Delphine is.
That sounds like a fucking mobster.
I don't know. I just
think it's a
heard
good
about
That's a
name.
fucking Belle
It's a dope
Delphine
name.
on it.
It's not a real name, obviously.
Yeah, that's
Really?
her stage name. Probably. I don't know. But this chick,
That's her bedroom name. She's on
tell
no
me,
stage.
Tell me about Belle Delphine and her situation. If
Well, I got
people
some
haven't heard.
tea on her, but the basic long short of it is that she is a
Whore.
Ooh, I hate that word.
Sorry.
That word doesn't exist in my language. She is actually an entrepreneur, but I really don't like this girl.
A bathwater.
Dude,
According to
she
Google
makes-
Images.
She's a horror.
She makes more
looks
than you
like
could
a
ever
whore.
hope to
Oh, yeah.
make.
Because she sells her
I thought
body.
you Googled whore and, she
And
came
there's
up.
nothing wrong with
Didn't
selling your body.
She trolled like people on Pornhub or something.
Yeah, and I love her for it. But at the same time, I lost
You
a lot
love
of
her
respect.
for it. What? Hold on. You
Now let her
can't
explain.
be- Yeah, please explain.
No, she's done some questionable things. Like she's like sold other people's nudes without their
But weren't they
permission. Underage people, yeah. So that immediately cancels her in my mind. But I don't like calling people whore. I don't think that's
Well, she's
because
basically
like what's a
underage.
guy
Isn't
that
she
does the
barely
same
like
thing?
20?
Not a whore,
Is that
right?
fact?
No, he's definitely
know,
a whore.
but-
I'm a-
I just
I'm an
don't.
equal
I don't like
opportunity
slut
hater.
shaming. I don't like it. I think it's. I think
I don't
anyway.
even know what slut shaming is.
It's just like there's nothing wrong with if you're pretty and you're gonna sell bathwater to desperate ass, gross ass, thirsty ass little nerds. Do it.
a lot of ass.
Make some fucking bank, bitch.
That's
Get
fine.
it. I love it.
But if somebody considers that whorish behavior,
Yeah.
Well, she's
How
not
is that horse
fucking.
behavior?
Okay, like
I don't know.
if you're a girl,
It's opportunistic.
and-
People are trying to give you money for fucking water in a cup.
So tell them what they did.
Sure.
So she sold her bath
bathwater
to somebody online.
To
It was
lot of
multiple
people
people.
on
to a lot of people.
Yeah, it's
it was
sold out.
Little jars like this.
Oh, so she
Bro.
had a whole inventory.
If you could sell,
jar.
It sold out
how
in
fast
2
is
days.
she sold out of her own
Like
bath
2-3
water
days.
in 2 days online
days,
to
yeah.
dudes.
and you guys
to
know that
anybody,
you would do
whoever.
it if you could too.
Buy
it.
bathwater or sell bathwater?
Sell your own
Oh,
bathwater.
I thought you said buy
And
bath. I was
make-
like, are you crazy?
Make $100,000. She probably made over $100,000 on that shit.
Hell
pro-
yeah.
yeah, for
I would do
sure.
it every day. I would
Exactly,
not,
so
I
why
still-
is she a
oh,
whore?
It still doesn't make. We
never
would be
said she was
whores
a
too.
whore.
Yeah.
I would be a
Who's she a
disgusting
whore to,
man.
though?
If you, this is how I look at it. If you are selling a product, right? You're an entertainer and you're a gamer, right? You are getting money based off of you entertaining people playing games.
Yeah.
I'm all for that. If you're doing that, but your tits are hanging out halfway out, or you're stand up and you're wearing like fucking
She's offering
Yeah,
a
sure.
service.
What seen that?
like
She's
all
offering a
of that,
service.
you are selling your body for a profit.
Who cares?
So-
Who
It's
cares?
not-
yeah,
It's the
but
same as a
listen,
stripper, in my
listen.
opinion.
You-
Wait.
And what's wrong with
wait,
strippers?
Wait, she can do that, but the only reason she can't do it is
she's
because
thin.
of the men
Who
that
want the
are
service.
funding it.
Right. It's like, and
So
it's
if
like
she
at
was
the end of the
if she was
day-
doing that and nobody was buying it, nobody would call her a whore.
Right.
and it's just
But
there's-
because
You think the people that's buying it are not calling her a whore?
I don't know.
Maybe when they're jacking off to her bathwater.
I think it's like a negative word.
Hold up. So the guy drunk the bathwater.
No.
Supposedly.
He said one guy drunk the
And he got
bathwater
sick.
and got sick. This was a
I think
supposed story. I don't know if it's true or not.
Some scientists check the bathwater, see if there's like any body like particles.
Body
in
fluids
there.
in it?
There's no body
Poo-poo
particles.
particles?
Yeah,
in it.
no,
So
I think she's just
it might
buying
be
water.
a fucking lie. She
Yeah,
could have just
good
said
for
she just
her.
found water there.
Yeah.
Because like these dudes who are spending $30-something on a cup of water, like I
So
hope you waste
can't-
your money.
You can't say, "Don't call me a whore," but I
But
should also
wait,
exploit
time
you.
out.
That's not whorish activity.
But I should
Time out.
also be able to exploit
wait,
you
that's not-
for
They're exploiting
my
her.
sexuality.
They're exploiting
Time out.
her.
That's the-
No, she's
Is that-
exploiting
She's
herself.
just trying to get. She's
This
trying to
is
get
what she
banged.
wants
Yeah,
to
she's
get
exploiting
money.
herself.
Is that no?
They're enabling her to exploit herself.
And she's in
she's putting it out
control.
there. They're
Exactly.
enabling.
And
her.
Wait,
she's
is
in
that, is that
control.
why they're calling her a
She is
whore
in
because of the
control.
bathwater?
I think I'm the one. No,
Yeah, he's the only fucking.
all the
guy.
other guys are like, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking buy this."
Well, no,
I'm calling her a whore.
Damn.
Well, I'm confused.
I think he started calling her a whore because of the tits out during the video.
Yeah, that's
game.
what I'm
Right.
talking about.
Right.
I'm not talking about the
That's
bathwater.
Okay.
what. Yeah, but
She
what
was a
about
whore
what about
because
all
of
the
other
cam
stuff,
girls
right?
that do that?
They're all whores.
They're all whores.
Is that a whore? They just trying to.
So
sell-
what's a male equivalent of
They're
that?
still whores. A
So
male
if
can
it-
be a whore.
How?
I know, but-
Anybody who sells their body
Come on.
as entertainment,
It's a
I'm calling
product.
whore.
No, it's a product.
It's a product,
Your
and
body's
we
a
need to stop
product.
shaming
Yeah.
people
but
for
because
it.
you selling.
I don't think it's a shame.
I
What
don't
is a
either.
shame?
No, I hate that
wait,
word.
Wait. What's the difference between like a dude selling shit out of his car and like he's just
Is he out there
he's
with a
hustling.
shirt?
No,
like,
he's hustling.
tucked out.
Listen.
his
You
dick
know
out?
No, he's just a hustler.
Okay. Let's get safe. This in the safe space.
Yeah.
I'm getting safe.
Oh, I'm safe.
Here we go.
I'm
There's no-
just
I-
letting it fly.
Here's the thing. We talk about double standards and people being
Yep.
safe and don't say this
Equal
and don't say that,
opportunities.
and equal opportunities and stuff like that. The problem is that does not
She's
exist.
19
You know
years
why
old.
men don't
Yeah.
sell
Good for
her
her.
bath water? You know why a man
Because
can't
women
go
aren't
sell
Nobody
like
will
that.
buy it.
We're not
because
gross
a
like that.
woman's not going to buy it.
Yeah.
Meaning a man doesn't have sexual power the way a woman does.
You could sell it to
that's-
other men.
That's unequal already. Am I correct
I
on
agree-
that?
I
That
agree.
women
I
have more
agree.
sexual power than men. So
100%.
that's unequal.
Because women don't play that
Well,
shit.
you guys
like
gave us
dudes
the
do.
power, and we're giving you a service that you want. You want the service.
Why do we
If-
want the service? We can't help it. Do you understand that? We can't fucking help it.
Natural
you show me
urges.
some boobs, I'm be like, hey, let me see them goddamn boobs. You know what I'm
How
saying?
much would you pay
I
to-
can't help it. If somebody's like, hey, you want to see this dick? You'll be like,
Right.
I don't need
So-
to see
You
that
could
right
go-
now.
you could go on with
You're
your
not-
day.
So
Yeah, exactly.
Very accurate.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? Where
A
dudes
guy would be like,
okay,
$20
what is
to see those tits.
Two things.
that look like
Whenever-
every other
I'll
tit.
do the $1 membership.
two things.
I'll do the free
Interesting.
30-day
Hold
trial.
on, but
Okay.
the only reason I'm saying that is
Shit, I
because
forgot to cancel it.
when the judgment or people start to call people certain things, you got to understand how the power dynamic is created. The power dynamic means you have the sexual power over men.
Right.
What do men have? The fucking
Everything
influential.
else?
It's a fact of the matter.
Yeah.
It is, but
Yeah.
it's what's there.
And
It's
not
what's
every
there.
woman has it, because not every woman has the body that is going to be Belle Delphine selling for as much.
This is true.
What I'm saying, I have two things. One,
We should have you start.
I
selling your
know
bath
that you
water.
can say,
you go.
oh,
You got
know,
like a lot of followers.
Matt.
Bitch, how many people
Vegan
would buy it?
bathwater.
Yeah.
You just do it just to see how many people.
Oh, I'm
would
sorry.
buy it.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. Okay, so you guys can't play dumb when I say that when somebody calls somebody else a whore, it's often directed at a woman, and it's negative
Well,
on
they would-
average
they would put men
societally
in
That's
front
a
of
fact.
with women.
Yeah.
That is
And
a
when a
fact.
man gets a lot of, girls and has a lot of sex, are they shamed for that? Or are they oftentimes like, yeah,
High-fived.
yeah, awesome.
Right.
As a
That's
society as whole,
that's-
no,
That's
they're
correct.
not. You're right.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
You're right.
And so it's just a fact of life that women are often shamed for their sexuality, but men are praised for it. And
That's a
so
fact.
that's why I'm like, horror, like, I understand if
If
a
you're like
man does
if
it
you're a
too,
home
they're
wrecker,
a
that's
quote unquote
different.
whore.
Well-
But people are still not gonna focus on it as much as they do with women. And so that's why I'm like, if you are finding a way to use your sexual power and own your body and have control over it, versus these women who are in horrible situations, sex trafficking, they have a pimp, they're in the strip clubs, they're being mistreated. The porn industry mistreats women so horribly. All you need to watch is like one or two
But they're getting
documentaries.
paid.
I watch them every day.
But guess what? They're getting paid. They're getting paid for 3 years of their life, and then they age out. Whereas men can be in
They
the
gotta pay for
porn
college.
industry for 20 years, because then when they're old and gross, they still make money because guys want to see old
they're
gross
Are they,
guys.
are they making money as much as the women?
no, they're not.
For 20 years versus 3 years,
But the
yes, they are.
women's-
They have a whole career, and the women age out in 3, 4, 5 years because people don't want to see. For the most part, it's like fetish when they get older. They want to see those. She just turned 18 yesterday.
Right.
So that's just a fact of life,
Goddamn
and
right
that's
she
why
did.
I gotta.
I'm kidding.
I
I'm
gotta
sorry.
say it, and I gotta just go to bat and say that in my opinion, I think that we should look toward the world where if women are using their sexual power and giving men again a service that y'all want, because at the end of the day, if all women stood up and decided to say, you know what, you guys are right, we're not going to be whores anymore, we're not going to sell our bodies, and this is never going to happen, but let's just say all women were finally like, thank you guys for finally telling us that we were whores, we shouldn't be doing this, we should have more respect for us, we're going to stop porn, we're going to stop all this stuff, cam girls, no more, thank you. Like, you guys would be like, fuck, what did we just do? Oh no, where can I go to get porn? It's all gone. This is just a hypothetical, but I'm just saying, y'all want it, y'all need it. It's the same as people saying, stop working at McDonald's, but then you want to go to McDonald's and nobody's going to be fucking working there.
To be fair, I think there's a difference between
Burger
the
King.
porn industry and then selling a product, but you're getting more views because of your sexuality. All I think that is just, not to circle back to the original conversation, is promoting the society saying you got to be skinny, you got to have big tits, you got to have beautiful blue eyes, all this other crazy shit. Is because these dumb bitches are on playing video games.
Why are they dumb bitches?
Oh, just because they're dumb. Making tons of money with their tits hanging out. Why are they making? I mean, they're not great.
They're not dumb because they're making
content.
more money than you by
You're right.
going into this service.
Maybe it's I'm jealous because I'm a
you could never do it.
37-year-old man that's
Could never do what
could
she's
never
doing
do
right
what she's
You
doing
don't know
with the
that.
money.
And it's a smart move because
You're
they
right. I'll
think,
just
you
take
know,
my shirt off.
who are-
Show your dick.
yeah, pull my dick
and at
out.
the end of the day,
Somebody will pay for it.
That's true.
There's
At the end of the day, when you
7
go on-
billion people, one of those billion.
when you go on Twitch and you're like, I want to watch somebody stream this game, you have a choice. You have a choice. You're not going to be forced to watch the girl with the tits out. Some guys are just going to watch another dude. They're just going to want to watch somebody who's straight to the point. Then there's going to be some dudes that choose to watch the girl with their tits out because they want that on the side as of their
But
video game.
nobody's gonna choose the dude with his dick out while he's playing.
Nobody's gonna choose the overweight fat guy.
Nobody's gonna choose
Right.
that.
No
And that's
skill.
okay.
No one's at their IT job with their laptop.
Y'all don't have enough. Like, guys
the-
have plenty of opportunities. Women already get paid less in general. Women don't get. I
Hey,
mean,
I gotta add
as
something
a woman working
when
in
you're
a
done.
male-dominated field, I can tell you that we don't get taken seriously enough. Like, there's so many problems. So just let us fucking do our tit thing
You
and make some
can,
bank.
but because someone feels a certain way about it and calls you a word, that doesn't make you that. That's just how people
I
are.
just think it's like a
Hey,
weird
Can I
that
add
society
something
does
before
that.
it goes out of the context. So one of the larger female, like Twitch is a big thing too. Like a lot of streamers on Twitch. So apparently video games are cool now. Unfortunately,
Fucking
They've always
nerd.
been
I know,
cool for
jeez.
us.
We thought they were
Yeah.
cool for like 30 years. But anyway,
I don't want to watch somebody else play them.
Well,
I think that's weird.
listen,
I'm
right there with
listen,
you.
Yeah.
Why would you want to watch it?
All right. Anyway, keep going, Matt. We're just having
But
little sides.
thirsty dudes want to watch the girls with their push-up bra playing video games. There's this one, I don't remember her name, that she was in fire for like throwing her cat over her head, or Alinity or something.
I don't do the Twitch.
You know
stuff.
what?
I don't either. I just saw her because I follow like the gaming things, whatever. But it's like she's like a good-looking girl and her boobs are giant, so like dudes are following her. But if it was just like a normal dude,
He gets views too, though. There's
yeah,
lots of like ninja.
No, I know, but I don't know. It's like it's different with women. They don't get taken seriously unless
They
they
don't.
do that. But like if a girl was cool and she just wore normal clothes, it's like why can't they do that? Why do they have to be like, oh,
'Cause men wanna see women as
there was a
sexual
YouTube
objects or
channel.
nothing.
There was a YouTube channel where this girl, this was like 10 years ago, and she has a good voice, and she was playing guitar, and she wasn't getting any views. But then she put on like a shirt with a push-up bra, and her boobs are like into her fucking neck, basically. And she got millions and millions and millions. And now that's what she does for like every video.
Right.
It's
And
like-
it's because society and
But
this is,
why couldn't her talent just be enough?
exactly, and it's because women aren't taken
I don't know.
seriously.
Because men are fucking dogs.
Right. And we aren't taken seriously
how it
for
is.
anything. And a lot of the time, guys, largely, and I'm not talking about all of you, I'm just saying largely men see
can.
women as
It's
sexual
okay. We understand.
objects. And if they want to go to a musician, they'll go to a guy. If they want to go to they'll go to a guy. But if they want a sexual object to look at and oogle at, they'll find a woman. And then they realize, oh, she's actually good at music too. But I gave her a chance because she's pretty. I mean, people tell me that, oh, the only reason that you got a good job, because I have like a great job with herpetology. It's a really hard field to be successful in. I'm very successful. I've had a lot of success. I know a lot of great people, connections. People literally tell me the only reason that you're so successful is because you're pretty. And guys,
Well,
Those
wanna-
people are just jealous. That
Well,
where you're
truthfully,
at.
And
Amanda,
I think that
a
it's
lot of the-
always jealousy.
A lot of
like,
the girls that you know in that field, they're generally decent looking, and
well, the ones who aren't though, you
literally the ones that I can think of off the top of my head are like the biggest ones that are
I
your
don't
friends.
think that you should say their names.
No, I'm not telling you their
Julie,
name.
fuck Julie.
Yeah, fuck her.
No, I don't think we should even really go into this. But
Oh no, I'm just saying like
No, I know.
I don't know of
a lot my
anyone-
friends
But I
do.
can almost guarantee. Sorry,
Okay.
I almost guarantee that all those people who are look at you and say you got your job because you're pretty.
They said them too.
They have shit confidence.
Yeah.
They're horrible people,
And they're
dead
not right.
inside.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and
But
I know
do you
how hard I
also
worked.
know that statistically, the most successful people are good looking.
Right, exactly.
Like over the entire world.
Well,
of
that
all
has to go
genres,
with guys
all
too. Like
industries.
if you're like
Even guys,
6'4" dude,
good-looking
you're gonna get
males.
the job over the guy that probably is more
Exactly.
qualified.
So your physical
total
appearance,
sense.
no matter what, in our society
fucking
on
Exactly. I know
Earth,
it does.
matters.
It's
It
not
does
fair,
matter.
but it makes total
Unless
sense.
you're
Yeah,
the
it
nerd
does.
that's
You're behind the
running
scenes,
cables and
I
plugging
think-
in Cat 5 cables. They don't
That's
give a
different,
fuck.
right? Because
As long as your
you're not a public
cybersecurity is
eye.
good.
If you're in a public eye and you look like me and Ahmad, we're heavyset guys. We're not going to be on the public face of the CEO
Well,
magazine.
you're more than likely.
That'd be
You're
awesome,
more
though.
likely to
That'd
be
be
though
dope,
than
right?
I think the way that it ranks in my mind with success. A lot of the time, it's like good-looking dude, less than good-looking dude, woman,
Then fat
or like
guy.
good-looking woman.
According to Jim,
like
all
really,
those shows.
really bad-looking dude, and then maybe less than perfect-looking girl.
It might be.
That's
true.
like every
It might
sitcom
be.
on
You know,
NBC.
I think that like looks is so much more important for women, and it's
100%.
It's hard.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
hard.
100%.
Fact of the matter.
It shouldn't
You
be
know
that
what's
way,
fucked
but
up?
it is.
We all agree and we all know it's wrong, but we're like, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
what
It's
are we
weird.
going to do
What
to
are you gonna
change
do?
it? We can't
Yeah.
change
No, I know,
it.
but it's just interesting how the brain works.
right.
Right. I don't know.
Like
It's
we all can agree it's mildly fucking weird and fucked up, but we're like, yep.
I mean, it's 100%.
So that's I don't know. That's why
So
I
it's
like
not
push
wrong?
back. That's why I try to change it. Is because like I want a better world for like
Yeah, for sure.
your
For
daughters
sure.
and maybe if I had one someday. Like
I understand, but I'm my younger children. I try to tell them things like just realistic. What you're gonna see when you get out in the world. Like, okay, yes, I want you to be the best you can be, and this, that, and the third. But son, listen, if you don't clean up and present yourself the proper way, they're gonna look at the person next to you, and if they're clean, you guys got the same resumes, but you don't take care of yourself hygienically, because I think all my kids are beautiful, so I think they're good-looking people.
are.
But if you don't clean yourself up and be presentable, clean, hygienic, the person next to you is going to get over you just on that fact alone, even if you have the exact same resume. But you know, the deeper message of that is present yourself and be, I don't want to say cute, but you know what I mean? Like,
look
cute.
the part, I guess.
you have to look the part, dress the
Yeah.
part,
Right.
meaning
You're
be
trying to
more
attract.
professional. You're trying to attract, and what do
Right.
people mean by be more professional? They mean they want you to look good, dress good, smell good.
You know what's
Speak good,
interesting?
yeah.
My friend was telling me something about this where a lot of people go out of their ways to look bad when they're actually not bad looking.
Really?
Oh yeah, I do
their
that all the
shirt-
time when I go
their
to certain
shirt-
places
well,
where
their-
I know
their
I'm
shirt-
gonna.
Oh, you're saying you look
Why?
at people and you're like, damn, you look like shit, but if you wore a size that fit.
Me?
No, never mind. He got what I was.
Oh,
No, like my friend was telling me, he was like, you know, people usually their clothes are just a little bit too big, where they even if they're a little heavier set,
oh,
they
like
just
Billie
need.
Eilish.
Sure,
Remember
she's
what-
like 15. That's weird, but yeah,
the chick with the blue blood going on her face.
She has really, really big boobs, and she has like this whole style. Well, she's 15 too.
Fucking looking it up now.
She's
Incognito mode.
15, a child,
guy with
little
the
girl,
15,
a
bro.
little girl, a child.
Apparently, I'm dating a 14-year-old. So
No, I,
Child. You're fucking a 14-year-old.
Right,
I'm looking
weird.
up
Right,
15-year-old
yeah, apparently
boobs.
so.
We're not doing that here at the safe space.
Hey, it's a safe
it's a space safe, right?
FBI pulls up.
No.
nothing is safer.
no,
for
but
anyway, she
cool.
has
I
like a
got it.
bigger chest, and
say
she
it
has
later.
like what?
nothing. I didn't
Oh
finish
no,
my
the
point.
people were okay. Keep going.
No, that's fine. Go ahead. I won't forget mine.
I don't know. I was just gonna quickly add that she literally popularized this like frumpy, huge, like extra large on a small girl, like baggy sweatpants, baggy shirts, because the one time she got caught like by paparazzi in a picture of her like in a tank top, guys fucking went wild. They're like, oh, she's like immediately, and she was like, this
That's
is
how
the
they
one
sounded,
thing I was
too.
trying to like prevent. And that's why I dress the way I do, is because I didn't want to be objectified. I wanted to be taken seriously.
And that's
it's
yeah.
sad.
It's sad that she has to
It's
do that.
sad.
Yeah,
Especially
100%.
because she's a child.
Yeah.
Guys are
Yeah,
really
she's like 16,
yucky.
17.
Not all of you, but there's a lot of guys out there who
Yeah,
can
there's some
have
sick
no
dudes.
problem
There's some
sexualizing
sick
a child.
dudes out
okay.
I'm looking up. How old is she?
yeah, you look it up real quick.
Was she
What's
born
her name?
after?
As you
Who
were
is she?
saying, Matt,
What's her name?
Billie
Eyelash.
Eyelash?
Eilish.
William Eyelash.
What is she famous for?
She's
Literally
a
Google
she's an
Eyelash.
amazing musician.
No, she's good at.
Okay.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
awesome.
she's-
But anyway,
She looks like a depressed couch fart, man.
Yeah, oh, she
Wow.
does her own
Look
thing.
at this
She
picture.
doesn't want to look like everybody else.
A depressed
She looks
couch
she
fart.
looks super depressed in this picture.
She's
Let me
15.
see.
She's
That's
15.
how I looked
That's how
at
I look
15.
at 15.
That's a depressed
She's a
couch.
child.
That's a
She's
15-year-old?
a little
I
girl.
can see it.
That's a 15-year-old.
depressed. Jeez.
Man, they look older. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here.
Dude,
Oh
it's
my
crazy
God,
that some
yikes.
like there's young girls that don't look like their age.
No,
Like,
but
it's
they
scary
still
as fuck.
are. You know.
Okay, since we brought it here, I didn't think we was going to get into this, but I guess we're going to get into it. We keep talking about 15-year-olds.
Do I have to sharpen my fucking axe?
Oh, no. We just keep talking about 15-year-olds, and I mean,
How old is 15 really? Dave Chappelle.
Exactly. That's
That's
exactly
how we
what
fucking
his
talked
point
about
is.
this.
Oh,
This is
really?
not- This is what we
Yeah.
got into.
What is this?
How
this-
old is 15
So,
really?
David-
Let me
David
preface.
Chappelle, bring
I
it
want to
in.
preface this
Let him
first.
say his name.
I want to say this one thing. I don't know the whole R. Kelly story.
There's a lot of stories.
So there is.
Nobody
correct.
knows the whole
So
story.
my argument that I made today in the office was with not all the facts. Okay.
You should listen to victims.
Yeah, you're right. I did no Googling, no nothing. I just know he
He
was
raped
pissing on
kids.
people. I didn't know any of that stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know
okay.
any of that stuff.
Cool.
So my statement was 100% not fully
Cool,
factful.
good. Yeah.
Right?
It's too many disqualifiers. Just tell them what you said.
Okay, so this is what happened. So the story I understand is that he was peeing on people. I know it's different, but we're just going to take just that one snippet, right? He's peeing on 15-year-olds.
Snip.
Just going off exactly what Dave Chappelle said. He said, "How old is 15 really?" And there was two stories. Have you seen the stand-up yet?
No, but I.
So the
It's
stand-up
actually really, it's incredible.
He's
Like all
he's
that
making a
shit.
joke about it, but it is 100% serious, right? He
Right.
says, "How old is 15 really?" Not about raping girls or anything like that. It's
Okay.
horrible. But there's two cases. There's two boys, right? 15-year-old white kid, 15-year-old black kid. 15-year-old white kid accidentally shot his friend, right? Went to jail for a little bit, like barely a scratch, right?
Right. Oh yeah.
The 15-year-old black kid was wrestling, like play wrestling, like WWE
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Accidentally killed his friend. He has life in
Oh
prison.
my god. Yeah. No, that's
15-year-old.
totally. He's black.
So Dave Chappelle made the statement that, and again, it's all in joke, but it is kind of serious.
Oh, yeah, it's super
If the state and the country can say a 15-year-old black kid who accidentally kills his friend in a wrestling mood needs to go to jail for life, then a 15-year-old person should be old enough to make the conscious decision that they don't want to get pissed on.
Yeah.
That was my.
yeah,
Now I go.
yeah.
I know there's a lot
No,
more
I
to
mean,
the
I don't agree,
backstory.
but I'm just saying, like, I get the joke. Yeah.
Right, but if we're talking about 15-year-old people getting pissed on, I feel like a 15-year-old person should understand that they don't want to get pissed on. And I get
Right.
pissed on.
No,
I
yeah.
know there's more to the
No,
story.
no,
I'm in the wrong.
I
for the
get
rest
what,
of it.
I get what you're
Is that
saying,
true?
but unfortunately, there's so many things behind the scenes that we don't know.
Correct.
Oh yeah.
What if
I
he's
could-
like, if I don't get to pee on you, you're
And Billie
Listen.
Eilish is 17 years old, by the way.
Let me. I mean, I'm not going to go into it, but
so
she's
she's
17,
legal in
so
some
she's still a
places.
child. Still
God.
17 is
old
legal
enough
in
to be your
Georgia.
daughter.
Who's not mine?
Mine.
No, I'm
Ours.
just saying. Okay.
I didn't have her when I was 12.
as a girl who was like, taken advantage of by lots of guys who were older and knew better. It's a lot easier. It's a lot harder than saying you have consent. You could be in this guy's car. You don't know how to get home. He's got to drive you home. Like, if you're a 15-year-old girl and you're hanging out with an adult man of R. Kelly's age, she didn't have consent. And that's like, there's no, like, you can't just say, stop, don't touch me. Because you feel
Maybe he'd like
that he
that.
has like manipulated you into thinking that you chose this, that you're here for, like, you can't say no because you chose this. This is your idea. They are very manipulative. But what that brings me to too is
That's
like
true.
bringing up this like really interesting thing that I've seen. And I don't want to get way into the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing. This guy who was like, the whole pedophile ring, which is like, oh my God, like America is like a big pedophile area.
Apparently.
But in the articles, I noticed a lot of people were calling it, they have these terms that drive me fucking crazy. They say sex with minors, sex with underage women. What is an underage woman? What's another word for an underaged woman?
A minor.
A kid? A child? A
child.
little
Well,
girl?
listen. Underage can
Yeah.
be 17.
Child.
Underage could also
That's
be
still
5.
a child. When I was 17, I had no idea. I was still,
My son's about to turn 17, and I just told him yesterday he's still a child.
yeah, of course they're still a child.
In your eyes, that
Underage
child will
woman.
always be a child.
But like, I'm just
But
saying,
I might not
like,
call him a child when he's like 26.
well, they're referring to 14, 13, 15-year-old girls.
I wouldn't even say underage. That's like
They're
kid.
they're
That's
underage
like-
women, and then he said
They're not women yet.
prostitution with children. Does a child have the capacity and ability to consent to being a prostitute?
They don't. But where are
No.
the parents during this whole thing?
So he purposely preyed on. This is victim blaming, by the way. He purposely preyed on girls who were displaced. They had really bad, like their parents were drug
Literally a
addicts.
predator.
They had no place to
It's fucked
go.
up.
Very poor girls who, again, their parents weren't there to protect them.
So the guy's a fucking
unfortunately.
hunk of garbage.
But it's nobody's fault but
shit,
his.
yeah.
It's not the parents' fault. They could be addicts. Of course, they're not protecting their kids, and that's very sad. At the same time, I got myself into a lot of really bad situations, and my parents did their best. I snuck out of the house. I was doing this, that, and everything else. I thought I was better. I hid things from them as a normal child. So at the end of the day, the only person who's at fault is him.
True.
But
So you
the
made
articles,
these decisions
Who? These women? These little girls?
You made these decisions of going out and doing all
Right.
these things.
But at the end of the
that
day,
doesn't mean they were the right decisions.
I didn't deserve to be
They
raped.
can make decisions, but they could be the wrong.
Right. I didn't deserve
Yeah.
the things that happened to me.
Definitely not. You didn't deserve any of those things.
No.
I don't believe that at all. And I think for Timbo over here, if you had, I know this 1,000%. He has two beautiful little boys. If they were
That's
two,
true.
if they were two beautiful little girls, you wouldn't think that joke is funny.
You're probably
You would
100%
have never,
accurate.
because
Yeah.
he is super duper.
But in my world, I have my mindset.
right in your world, you're good because you got to. Not that you're good or anything like that, but it's.
Well, are
not
you
the
giving that to
same.
your sons though? Like, do they
What?
think that that's okay?
That that's acceptable to piss on people?
or like just
No,
that,
no,
like
no.
you know,
He's super protective
right.
of his
Yeah,
children.
I'm.
How old are they?
They're 6 and 3. Yeah, I'm ultra
That's a good
protective
age.
of my
That's
children.
a good age gap.
He's super, which is good. I just think that part didn't come in yet because they are boys.
Right.
And if they were girls, you probably
Already,
would never
like-
said that.
Correct. And I also
'Cause
think that
taking forward at them 15, you'll still be like, fuck no.
as my children evolve and they get to that age group, my opinion is going to change. I don't think my opinion is going to be the same, just like our opinions was the same 20 years ago.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
But I do kind of feel if we're just looking at R. Kelly thing, we can't talk about it because it's all negative, right?
Yeah.
But if we're talking about a 15-year-old making the conscious decision to get pissed on, I feel like you can make that decision.
can you tell?
You can make that
the
decision.
way he framed it was, without all of the months of manipulation. You're
Right.
talking
I didn't
about-
know that it was that
Right.
crazy.
You didn't know. I had to explain to him that like this is
grooming.
him
Correct.
grooming
I didn't know
him
any about that.
to be forced and backed into that corner to make that decision that they can't
Right.
make.
And at the
But
end
if
of the
you're
day, like-
talking about a 15-year-old making that decision on the fly on some random, we were at a party, and this just came up with this guy that I was
Right.
hanging out with, as an older guy at this party, and we talked for about an hour, and then we went behind the house, and he said, "Hey."
Sprinkled me.
It's not funny. It is funny. He said, "Hey, sprinkle."
Jeez.
Even at that point, I think a 15-year-old would have a hard time making that decision
Yeah.
because
That you don't want to get pissed on?
you want to be cool.
Yes.
You don't want him to get
I
mad
feel
at
like
you.
there's
You
so
don't
many
want to talk
different-
shit.
Then
There's
Right.
something wrong with that child's confidence.
I feel like every
Period.
kid.
There's like something wrong with every
Well,
child's
no. I
confidence.
feel like every kid trusts adult because
Yeah.
when they realize no one's a fucking adult.
Yeah,
You
that's
can be
a
40
scary
and still
thing.
not feel it being an adult.
You're right. So the situation, I backed myself because I got immediately attacked when I said this because I don't know all the facts. I don't watch the news, and the news is absolutely
that you
fucking
can admit
horrible.
that, 'cause
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
don't know
people
it. I
can't.
don't know it.
Yeah.
But I thought it was literally he's at a concert doing his fucking R&B thing, blah blah blah, and then after the
is that how he
concert,
sounds?
he's backstage, and then he's just like these 15-year-old chicks. Hey, I want to piss on you, and they're like.
Okay.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was the situation. In
Right.
that
And they could
situation,
leave at any time.
Right.
Yeah.
It-
Yeah.
That's my mindset.
Right.
So I'm not saying that it's cool
but even
for
then,
4 months to stalk
It's
these
R.
people.
Kelly.
even
like,
then, it's R. Kelly.
yeah.
You made it backstage,
But
and he
you
asked
still
you to do
you
this.
made the conscious
I
decision.
think in that situation,
'Cause they-
more
To
people
get
can make the
pissed
conscious
on.
decision
Right.
not to get pissed on, but there's still going to be some
still R.
that may
Kelly,
not
and they're
be
still
able
15.
to make the
Yeah.
correct decision at that
See,
time.
this is where I'm going to stand
To
on
get
my rock
pissed
and be
on,
like,
though?
"There's no way. There's no unless somebody's giving me
'cause
money.
You're a guy.
You are
You
Kelly.
would never.
If you're R. Kelly and you're going to give me $1 million or $1 million is an obscene amount of money, a couple $1,000 to piss on me, I'll probably take it. A couple
You
$1,000
would let
to
R.
piss
Kelly
them?
pee on you though?
Hold
I
on.
don't know, it's just like-
$1,000?
I think as a
You
know
guy-
what?
I'm
What's
kind
your
of
number?
shit is in his body
Everybody has a number. What's your number?
for R. Kelly
pissed
peeing on
on?
me?
Yep.
Dude, he's
We're talking urine. Okay, first off, we're not talking about
Urine
like
sterile.
this is just pee,
yeah,
dude.
it's pee.
So what's your number?
A couple
Dude, I peed on my
$1,000.
foot before.
So what's your
$100
number?
Nobody's
What's
not-
your number, bro? What's your number?
Fucking yeah, a couple $100,000. I'm cool with
It
that.
depends.
Couple
$100,000.
$100,000?
I said a couple thousand.
Like,
Yeah, yeah,
couple
yeah,
thousand
yeah.
is fine. Yeah, like 5,000.
Dude, I probably do.
Wait. It depends on their net worth. Like if your net worth,
Who the fuck cares?
Right.
I care.
How
'cause
much
I'm
are
getting
you
peed on.
getting?
If I'm gonna piss on you for $3,000, my net worth
That's
is
an
dick.
easy
When's the last
$3,000,
time you
dude.
peed and how much water did you
Just
drink?
peed a few minutes ago.
You just had a bunch of beer.
What's your
That
number,
pee would be
bro?
pretty brutal.
It doesn't matter. What's your number? Whatever number
That's
that is, they can afford it.
$3,000
What is
Like
it?
the lowest you
You
would
just get
take.
peed on. Like what the fuck?
Oh, that's when we're getting peed on in the face.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
it's in the face.
Wherever they want. Wherever they want.
I would say let's
In your
take away
mouth.
the
In
face.
your
They
mouth.
want to pee on my
In your
butthole.
mouth. In your mouth.
Yeah, that's more than a couple grand.
Hold it
bro.
open.
Yeah, no. Let's not talk about peeing inside any orifices. Let's just say we're peeing from the neck down.
Yeah, you're just
on your
Oh,
body. Naked.
okay, cool.
Neck down.
We're gonna get
Fucking-
canceled from the
Wait,
From
why
the
is
contract
Hey,
we
it's
don't
the
have.
safe space.
What?
This is
Why is
safe
that
space.
different than getting peed on your face?
I think like if pee in your
It's
eyes
very
and in your
different.
chest
I mean,
are
you're
two
gonna close
separate.
your-
Yeah,
smell it.
you can taste it.
Like you
Right,
could maybe
yeah.
turn your
All
head.
right, I got it. Okay,
Oh,
so
you
my
said a
number.
couple, like 20,000. What's your number?
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
I said like 3,000.
Oh, I'm gonna sound
3,000.
awful.
3,000.
Yes.
Dude, that's an easy $3,000.
Okay. All right. All right. What's your number? What's your
Dude,
number?
it's like you eating like wasabi for like
My
50
lowest?
bucks or something.
My lowest?
Same shit.
Bottom dollar.
Bottom.
You
fucking
guys are
PayPal you
really
right now.
gonna
Let's
judge
do
me.
this.
You You guys
Dude,
are
I
really
need
going
to
to
piss.
judge
What's your
me.
number?
Oh my God, why is it so hard for you?
So we're talking on the chest.
No, I'm talking wherever
Anywhere
they want.
on your
Lowest?
body. Wherever on your body.
Realistically,
your
like
face.
the
Nope.
absolute
No, wherever
lowest.
you
Yeah,
want.
absolute lowest.
Wherever
Absolute
they want.
lowest, like
They're
no shit,
paying for
like
this service.
$1,000.
Whatever you want. $1,000?
That's, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And do you want to
Y'all are-
participate?
Yeah, well, I'm going to just tell you guys that I don't know if it's because I'm weathered. Because I've seen things. Like, I don't know what it is, but I mean, obviously, I would not enjoy it. I'm not into this.
No,
It's okay. I don't want to
I
kink
think
shame
for
anybody who
guys
is.
different.
What's your number?
But $300 is $300.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Like,
Wait,
it's,
Thank you.
but
I
if it was
mean,
neck up, it would be a lot
it's just
more.
gonna take
think
like
so.
30
Neck down,
seconds. You
pee all over me.
just like you
I'll
know.
just go shower.
It's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like
you
this
pee in my
is-
mouth. Ugh.
Yeah,
I am
different story.
so shocked. I don't understand
What's
you.
your,
Wait,
what's your number?
Well-
What's your number?
My number for somebody to pee on me?
Your number.
Yeah.
Neck
For
down,
PI.
buddy.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever been spit on before?
No. Answer
Have
the
you ever
question.
been?
You answer that.
Peed on
Have you ever
before?
been
Of course
spit
I
on
have.
Listen.
Yes,
by,
yes, I
by,
have.
by an
By
opponent,
another human
by
being.
another human
Yes,
being
yes.
purposely in a
Yes.
disrespectful
I know why
manner?
it's easier
Yes.
for me to.
Do you know what happens immediately after that?
What? Like
What?
what? You get mad?
No.
I've had some.
There'll be
things
fisticuffs. You
done
spit on
at
me, we're gonna fight.
What?
You spit
But you're
on me,
getting paid
we're
money.
gonna
It's
fight.
different.
Oh, ew, man.
Right? Okay, I understand that, but I just want you to. I'm trying to build a barometer for you to
That's so
understand
funny, spit.
bodily fluids coming from somebody else.
Oh, yeah,
in
I
that
know.
manner onto
Believe
my
me.
person.
Onto your
We
face.
have
Someone
a very
spit on
serious
your
problem.
chest?
I'm grown now.
The
I
fuck
probably
did you
won't.
do?
I probably won't automatically fight the guy because I'm grown now. But back in the day, you spit on me, we fighting, right? So that's what a barometer
pee
is
on
as
you,
far
you
as
peed 'em off?
other people's. If somebody spit on you,
No, I'm thinking
No,
somebody.
so
funny
what's
that
your
you-
dollar? What's your
so
dollar?
if you're talking about pee, which
Yeah.
I think is way past spit.
I gotta pee so bad right now.
Way
Wait, by the
past.
way.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Hey,
What are you doing?
Dude, that's different though. Like somebody just coming out and spit on you. That's like you're
But that's-
but this dude is literally,
Someone
hey, how
coming
much
around-
is it to
I
pee on you?
understand,
Right?
I
That's
understand.
different.
It's under different circumstances,
Yeah.
but I still want you to understand my barometer as far as
Listen.
other people's bodily fluids.
I have a funny
so
thing.
hold on. So
Oh,
pee,
God.
Pee.
pee,
Urine.
yes.
way past spit.
Just
Yes.
let us know, man.
Spit, we
Just
fight.
get it out.
Pee,
Yes.
you couldn't pay me.
What about ejaculation?
Really?
What? Dude, that's
That's so funny.
You couldn't pay me
You know
enough.
why
That's
it's so
crazy.
easy for me and other girls is because we learned early on that a lot of guys like to.
so. What's weird
Like
about
to
that?
pee on
I know, and
No.
nobody's gonna come out on
Not
that.
pee.
Like, I've never had that. I mean, of course, everybody has the porn star thing where you're all over the
Yeah.
place. I've never gone to
think
my wife like,
that's
"Hey,
so funny.
let me piss on you." That's
Oh
never.
no, piss is different. Piss
that
is
a golden
definitely
shower?
different.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, it's easier for me to comprehend how it would be to have somebody expel bodily fluids onto
you
like my chest.
What are you
or
trying to say?
We're talking about
wherever.
ejaculant.
Yeah,
We can say
yeah,
ejaculant.
because
This
I've
is a safe space.
obviously.
Ejaculate?
Yeah, like it's a cum shot.
Ejaculate.
Yeah.
Is it like a
Okay.
jello?
I think it's
Ejaculant.
like I think it's a pretty common thing. A lot of girls that I know have experiences as well.
With what?
I feel like any sexually
With
active
being
girl
cummed on,
has
with being
been-
cummed
yeah.
on
Oh,
by
yeah.
a guy.
Camed,
So
coming eyed.
so it's like something that we get used to. I don't know if it's a big spoiler alert, by the way, just as like a kind of a pro tip. We don't really like the way that it like tastes. Like it's not enjoyable for us,
If
but we
you-
like do it like as an act of you
love.
know, like
Of
love,
active
and you're in the
love.
moment.
100%.
But we go
Thank
into
you.
this like sunken place where we're just like it's almost over. Like just
safe.
power through it. Some girls don't, do it because it's hard. But I'm just like
It is
black
hard.
out. Just like let it happen. Just get
wiener.
it down like a shot. You're just like
The
boo.
wiener.
And-
if you change your diet, it'll taste different.
It's like a
Well, asparagus.
yeah, it's
man.
true. No, and it's not. I have no complaint.
Cut out
I
the
mean, it's, at
asparagus.
the end of the
No.
day, you could eat as you could be a vegan, for example,
Putting you on blast.
and it's
Yeah.
still
I had a lot
vegan
of,
cum tastes like shit.
no. I would say that it's better.
lot of beans.
but it's never gonna be like delicious. Like,
Right, right.
awesome.
I was gonna say
We're gonna
we can
quench your thirst.
get very descriptive if you want, but I don't know if I want to.
There's a video online that surfaced. It's actually this conversation came up in the office about there's two guys who are sitting there. I don't know the relationship. I'm sure they're friends. The guy's sitting there and he throws down a couple $1,000s. I don't remember the amount. And then the guy takes the money, puts it in his pocket, lays on the floor, pulls off his shirt, and the other guy who paid the money straight shits on the guy's chest.
Ew.
What?
See,
Okay,
that's
hey.
a whole
Hey.
nother level.
Hey.
Shits on the dude's
Hey.
chest.
All right, I want. This is funny.
That would be gross.
I'm just
It's
gonna.
really gross.
I'm just gonna say one word, and I want to know if you
I
want
know
to
what
talk
you're
about it or
gonna
not.
say.
Bagels.
Yeah,
You want to talk about it?
I don't know.
'Cause
Just
it's
sometimes
really-
I'll be like,
It's really funny. It's so they'll find it so
it's
funny.
really funny. It's a funny
Even
story.
even if I don't want to
Yeah.
put it in, I'm going.
Okay, so just like one time, I think
the
it was
first time.
the first time
Yeah.
that
Yeah, I met at Kroger.
Yeah. No.
Bagels?
Okay. So
Did
for
you
the first
fuck a
time,
bagel?
like
Did
we
you fuck on a
hooked
bagel
up.
aisle?
We
No,
hooked
no,
up in
no,
a certain way.
When the punchline
Cream
hits,
cheese.
no. When the punchline hits, you don't have to be
So-
too descriptive.
Okay,
just
the
say
first time that we ever that I ever
filleted.
filleted him.
Fellatio.
Filleted him. That's nice. I was gonna say. Even
I know.
worse.
Just get to it.
And he and I was like, yeah, you can do that. It's fine. With the finishing and the
Yeah,
you
just
know.
yeah.
Like after that, I was just like, I don't know. I'm one of those people.
Just
I'm
say it.
very
It's
weird.
funnier if you just say it.
I don't. Well, okay.
Just tell
I
the
don't know
joke.
if every girl would do that, so they might. I don't know. Okay, so
You're gonna
I was
kill
just
the
like,
funny part.
I don't know why, but that tasted like Thomas bagels.
That's not what he said. He was like, "Did you have Thomas bagels?" I was
no,
like, "Yeah, I did."
Specifically
Yeah,
Thomas
and I
Bagels.
fucking did.
No, but I didn't say. Did you
And I
have
did.
it?
Yes, you did.
'Cause
I
I
remember
remember-
it because it's so funny.
It blew
You
my
should
mind.
play a game every other night. What did I eat?
Yeah.
Right.
There's been a couple of times where I was like, that tasted like this. That tastes like that.
Did you
But,
eat Taco Bell?
Like one time it was like
God.
sour cream
When
and
we
onion
met,
Pringles.
first thing I did was Taco Bell.
But now it's more like a planty, like earthy.
Because you're vegan, bro.
Yeah, high five.
But anyway,
Sound effect.
long story short, I just think women are like a lot of women, not every woman, but a lot of women are like
Tastes like oat-
trained
tastes
to
like
just
oat
like
milk.
take it.
I'm kidding. It's fucking.
And not pee is different. Pee is like you got to give me some money for that.
Oh, I thought you were talking about us.
So
I've never
hang
peed on
I have
anybody.
a question. In your mind, is pee at a different level than ejaculant? I don't want to say cum.
I think pee's a
Cum.
little
I got-
grosser.
Cum. What, sorry, what'd you say?
Pee's grosser because it's like a waste. It's like yucky.
Cum is
It's
pretty
pee.
wasteful.
So
Whereas, at least it's like, it's not pee. I don't know. It's just different. Yeah, it's like pee and poop. It's gross.
Oh.
I can't ask you this question because you're just a fucking weirdo. But I'm gonna ask
Yeah,
you two
just-
this question.
just take
Okay. If we're talking about a strange person, no money involved, right?
Right.
Either way, you're gonna fight, right? But are
Yeah.
you more angry with a guy ejaculating on you or a guy
God.
pissing on you?
A guy ejaculating
If he
me, I'd be
can't-
pissed
Yeah.
off.
You know why?
Fucking say it.
You know
I
why?
that. I was
Because he had to like prep it.
right.
Well,
Jizz is at a whole other fucking level.
He was like this. He was like,
Yeah,
all right,
it really-
5, 4,
Yeah.
3. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy, come here, buddy.
I mean, technically,
Check
it's
out
like,
my watch, bro.
it's like super
I
assault.
like how we accidentally
too.
just did another Dave Chappelle joke.
Yeah, we did.
Damn it,
Oh,
Dave.
for when he was on a bus.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Hold
He's
on.
like, I'm gonna get you. And he was like, oh shit. He
I
did the
dodged that shit like the
Yeah.
Matrix.
I don't know. I mean, I let this guy next to me.
what?
He does it all the time.
You're the guy. You're the guy.
He
so that's already-
ejaculates
Okay, stop. Jesus Christ.
in my general vicinity a lot.
Well, I mean,
but
Well,
if
it's
he-
better than other people's general
But
vicinity.
if one day he said, you know what, and I know he would never do this. I'm just saying, if one day he was like, you know what,
this is very.
I want to try pissing on you, I would be like, no. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna get me like Gucci shoes?
What if he's like, I got $300?
Not that I want those,
What if he
by the
said,
way. I'm
I got
just like,
$300 though?
right.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh. And I'm like,
I
can I be in the
should get a
shower?
discount.
Can it be in the shower?
Dicks count.
Like, how are we gonna do this? But I would
know.
still be
Well,
like, ew.
I can't do it. I just can't do it.
So,
I-
not to get too much into relationships, but I will
it's
say
okay.
that, not that you're doing anything wrong at all, but my sister and
Thanks
her
for the
husband, my sister and her husband are getting a divorce because
no.
they weren't open sexually. Not that he was going to piss on her,
Right.
but he was into that S&M,
SMN.
BDSM.
SNL.
M&M's
He
bullshit.
Or
was into
SNL.
SNL.
Yeah,
She
you know,
didn't
he
like
was
it.
into that shit, and
Right.
she had never known because he was afraid
no.
of her getting whatever, judging him, whatever. So they're getting a divorce
Oh,
because of
no.
that.
Oh,
Not saying that he's
no.
getting a divorce because Jack got piss on him,
Right.
whatever. But my
Well,
point.
We'll see.
Like it like
It's so
as,
important to be
as,
open.
as a couple, you should be 100%
Oh,
open
man.
with your sexual
Yes.
You
wants.
should be.
And
You
it's
should
hard.
be. Are you?
We actually talked
I'm
about
I
Yeah.
yeah.
Wait.
With my wife for 13
it's
years.
super important.
Uh,
We gotta
I'm
go.
not-
What?
I
You're
don't
not
know
gonna
what kind of
fist
shit.
bump that?
Right.
I know, right?
I know you're gonna say,
There's
man.
this
You're
cool.
gonna go home. She's gonna fuck you in the
I-
ass with a strip
Yeah.
club tonight.
She's like, well,
not
Wait,
quite.
you like taking it, bro?
No, I'm pretty submissive. I'm the sub.
Oh, God.
He's the dom.
It's cool, bro. If you
nah.
All right. I think.
I mean, at this point, I admit it.
There's this
but
survey
no, it's not.
that we talked about on
Oh,
one
shit,
of our
we talk about it
podcasts.
on
and we didn't post it like we should have.
Oh, I gotta find it.
We
It's
need
just
to
like
post it. We need to
it's a
post it.
survey, and you can take it, and
Oh,
then
it's
your
so
partner
good.
takes it, and you pick yes, no, or maybe, or like we can talk about it for all these different sexual like fetishes and situations and things. Like I would try this, I would try that, I wouldn't try this, I wouldn't try that. And all it shows you is the things that you matched the same on. So it
Right.
doesn't show your partner like if you said, "Yeah, I want you to shit on my chest,"
and
and then your
you
partner
said
says,
no.
"Fuck no, I would never do that."
That's not gonna show
It's
up.
not going to show them.
So now-
so you guys are probably like, "Oh, we both."
So
said
listen.
no.
So now that we were talking about the pee thing, imagine if you were sitting next to each other and you're looking at your answers, and it showed the pee thing, and you both slowly look at each other like,
fuck yeah. Let's go to
I
shower.
mean, whatever works for you guys, as long as you're safe
oh
and you're not
man.
hurting each other.
So, yeah, you
true.
never like shower with your significant other and just accidentally like pee shower?
No.
Well,
No.
women don't realize that men pee in the shower.
I mean, I pee in the shower.
What?
I feel like it's a.
I didn't realize that.
I think as humans,
I think
anytime
all
you have that
of us-
influx
Hold on,
of temperature, do you
What?
piss on your wife in the shower?
Have you had that look?
No.
Okay. Does she pee on you in the
But
shower?
But I'm not gonna
Are
pee.
you
Tell
Are you
us.
okay? I'm sorry, man.
I'm just afraid because she's right. I don't know.
No, just say it. We're,
All right, no, go
everybody
ahead.
lurking
know-
around
Hey,
right
safe
now.
space, bro.
Yeah, I think every human
This is the
being,
best.
when you have an influx of
Yeah.
temperature, you're going to have that reaction to empty your fluids.
Yeah, of course. And I think
Ours is just more
it's just like
directional.
when I, like
Do you have to go like this?
so taking a shower with somebody.
Stand up. It just kind of happens.
Taking a shower with somebody, unless you have like one of those crazy rich people showers, it's not like efficient or fun. Like I'm not taking like a shower to
didn't-
shower with Matt. We're not just like, hey,
Wow,
let's take a shower
hey.
together because we just want to talk. Like
Right.
we're like when we're taking a shower together,
Okay.
we're
It's in
taking a
there
shower
for
together
sexual
for like
relations.
We mean
a
business
purpose.
when you get
Damn.
Because then we have to like take turns under the faucet. I don't want
And
that.
now we
I
both
wanna
have long
share my-
hair.
Yeah,
Now I
I
know
don't
what it
share my
feels
shower.
like.
Hair
It's
everywhere.
not cute.
There is.
So I'm not gonna like do my normal
Italian.
shower thing in the shower with him. So I would never in a million years pee
I didn't know
in the
that.
shower. What? I mean,
I didn't
everybody
know.
does.
No, it's interesting.
Is that weird?
She's waiting
No,
for you
you-
to get out so she can
'Cause
really clean
it's
herself.
a shower. You can clean yourself.
No,
right
no, I know,
after.
no, but you're such a very like clean, like
I know.
almost
but I'm in
like
the
strangely-
shower.
It's
Like, is she gonna clean
She's-
her asshole in
No.
front of you? No.
well, I
I've
Well-
been married for a long
weird.
time. My wife does it.
No, like when we're in the shower
you
together.
gotta-
Hold on. Your wife cleans her own ass.
Like
No,
in
she-
the
no,
shower.
she-
Has your-
no, she cleans it.
You think?
While you're in the
What's
shower
wrong with
together, has
that?
she ever tried to clean your ass?
No,
No,
no.
that's
I have.
different.
Ironically, this actually just
My wife
recently
be trying to
happened.
play.
I
You know
think we've
what?
definitely done
This
that
just
before.
recently
Oh my
happened.
god, a man!
I went up to my mother-in-law's house, mowed her grass, and we took a shower in my mother-in-law's shower. She'll
Was
never
she
listen to
there?
this. She'll never, yeah, they're all home. But my
Oh.
wife and I took a shower in my mother-in-law's shower. My mother-in-law has a fucking expensive-ass house with dual faucets, dual climate.
Damn,
super
nice,
right?
nice.
So I'm on the hot side.
Man,
My wife, of course,
is she a
Hell
cam
yeah.
girl?
super dope, right? So my wife, of course, cleaned her butthole while we were there.
Yeah, we do that.
And then we fucked in the shower. But I mean,
Just saying.
yeah.
I mean, like it's not like a gross butt.
Man, this
Like
we're not talking like impacted with feces
There's
and
no
stuff.
grossness.
We're not talking about
No,
like
I
this.
feel you. I
Yeah.
understand. I'm just
There's something really like connecting with your
Yeah,
sexual
cleaning
partner
each
when you
other.
clean the other person. Yeah.
Yeah, we do
Which
that.
she
it
does.
got really safe in this
Cute.
space.
She's done
Yeah.
that. It's just she
Also, like
knows
5
I don't
beers,
want
so-
anything.
All right,
in the
now it's
area.
cool. You're gonna listen to him back like,
At least
damn,
once
we talking
a
about
year,
cleaning
she
clothes
tries
assholes.
it.
well,
At
hey,
least once
it's
a year
really
she tries
good
it,
for
and I'm
guys.
like, yo,
It's
She
really
tries
good.
to clean your butthole or
tries to clean my butt. She knows she's not going to. So I'm like, hey,
Okay.
get off of me. But she tries it at least once a year. She know I don't want
guys
to.
are
year?
super sacred about
Yeah,
their
about the
butthole.
And I think
Yeah.
it's like a weird like
It's a gay
you're
thing.
afraid to be
Yeah,
gay,
it's a very
but your
Yeah.
prostate is
Homophobic.
really really sensitive, and I'm just saying.
She's
I've
just
heard
saying.
I've
You
heard
said my
that it.
prostate is really sensitive.
prostates. Was it prostates?
Are you guys saying that you're all scared to have a finger in your butt? Is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yes.
No, I wouldn't say scared.
like- It's-
I'm not gonna say
because
scared.
women,
I don't want
like,
one.
as of you hit your period, right? When you go through your changes, you have
What are you,
your pap
14?
smear, right? Every year, it's supposed to be. So you're used to people being down there fucking with your stuff, right?
Well, it's totally different context.
I
It's
know,
like
I know.
Cold and
But
doctor.
Guys, well, I guess yeah, but guys don't want to get their prostate checked either. Because most of the time, like we don't. We
Went my
don't.
whole life with nobody.
Our
messing with my butthole.
assholes are
Explosive.
typically never really on display. Like women's vaginas are on display. Not like you know what I'm saying.
They're on display.
I may be saying it
I know
wrong.
you mean.
Like when he looks at your stuff, right? You don't want it all.
He was gonna say pussy.
I was gonna say.
I
Yeah.
know.
You don't want it all mangled. You want it to look nice, right? Because you want to look
Mangled?
Good. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no,
though.
it's-
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I might be saying the
yeah.
wrong words, but you get my point, right?
Yeah.
A
Mangled?
guy's asshole is never on display unless he's into ass play, right?
That's true.
Right.
So now you're going to the doctor, person you don't really know that
And
often,
dudes are hairy.
and they're gonna put their fingers
The
in your
doctor's never
asshole.
the same, though. It's
Right.
never the same.
But they're gonna get in there. They're gonna look at your stuff, and they're gonna put their fingers in your asshole. They're gonna feel your prostate. It's an awkward
It's
situation.
something that's never happened to you before in your whole life. You're
Right.
talking about, oh, I'm 35 now. You need to go do. No, I
Right.
don't. No, I don't.
Right.
No.
I don't.
But
Why
if
do I need
you
to do that?
if you put a finger in your butt, then it's going to be easier.
Right.
when
So I tell you
get
what.
to your
After this
prostate
podcast, we'll go
exam.
upstairs.
No.
Yeah.
We'll pop that cherry.
I'm just kidding.
No, thank
Everybody's
you.
into what they're into.
No, thank you.
But I will say that,
Cherry, that'd be
that having a great,
Circle.
I will say that having sex like maybe 3 times a week doesn't make my pap smears any easier, because at the end of the day, it's still a weird guy.
Wait, no, it's still awful.
3 times.
Maria, I'm not saying it's
Who
okay.
you having
on
sex with?
average, right? Like on average.
No, I know. I was making a
I'm
joke.
just
I was
saying,
it
like,
was
as
more
men, when we
as a
go
joke.
get our physicals, and not every, at least
Right.
my physical, I'm not getting my shit batted around like a cat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
every now and again they'll do a
man,
hernia
we get
test.
fucked.
But like when you guys go, they're all up in
We
your shit.
get, they, oh,
Can-
and it's like the boobs too. They really
everything,
get you.
everything. They
I'm
don't.
like, I
they don't
can
do
do
anything.
that
Like, hey, how you doing? You doing good?
Yeah.
How's your balls?
Oh man, no.
Can I
we
tell
get-
you?
Good,
Can
man.
I
Take it easy.
can I tell you a really random story because we're just super honest in
I
this
know, right?
moment
This
apparently.
is fun.
So it scarred.
Happy
It's
hour?
this scarred me for life as a
Aw.
kid. I told you about it. When my doctor did.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So
that's
you know
actually
when you
weird.
get a physical when you're a kid, it's like really in depth,
Yeah.
like more so than when you're an adult.
Yeah.
Well,
So
you know,
like,
I got stuff
I'll
to
never
check
forget
for.
it. It wasn't that bad, but as like a
No,
5,
yeah.
6, 7, whatever age I was. Okay, so I was getting the physical that you get. You do the turn and cough thing, haha, whatever. But I was I was on my stomach, right? And then, yeah.
Wait, what? Perfect.
Why is that funny? This is funny.
And you know how they just touching around areas, whatever, right?
Was your mom in the room?
No, I
It's
don't.
just Dr. Feely.
And I don't know. I don't know. No, because
low-key
No,
worried.
when you're, I guess, well, at least my doctor, when you were,
Oh,
when it
man.
got to the point where you had to show your
junk,
your-
kibbles and bits.
yeah, your family left. So
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
and it's not that bad, but it's just weird. So there's like a I don't know, like what is it, like
A
a
little mole.
I guess it's like a small one, like the one I have, like I don't know what I have one on my ear, like a little speckle, right?
It's a mole, yeah.
Yeah,
everyone knows
but
what
it's like a
mole is.
speckle, like it's not textured, right? So my doctor's like, "Oh, you have a little mole like on your butt," and he poked at it like that.
I mean, I think he was just being funny.
No, but as like a 6-year-old, I was like, "What the fuck?" And I still remember it, and I was like, and it was the weirdest shit ever.
I scarred you for life,
Like
bro.
he just
Right.
it was so weird.
Have you gotten to the point where you have evolved with your doctor where you just don't care anymore? You get your stuff out. So like when you're a kid, you don't really talk about anything down there because
Yeah.
it's not
Well,
for
it's funny you
conversation.
say that for like God damn, we're getting really weird in here. So
love it.
I'm about to tell a gross story.
no,
This
no,
is
no,
fun.
Not a gross
like
story.
this is funny. I probably told you guys before, but not the whole world. Anyway, I was having not like dryness down there, I guess, or whatever. And I had to go to the doctor, and it was like a dermatologist kind of thing. So it was like a new guy, right? It's so funny. And this dude came in, and he's like, "I don't have any way to show it." He's like, "Let me just see it. Just pull it out." So I did it in the
There's no
most
easy way.
fucking weird way. I just
Oh,
kind of
man.
stood up, and,
Zipped them
and I
down.
kind of like pulled it out,
Right?
and he just kind of got there and was like, kind of, looking around, and it was fine.
Yeah.
He gave me some cream
It's
and everything.
hard.
It's okay. No, it wasn't hard at the
Good.
time.
Super moist now, right?
Yeah, but it was just funny. He's like, I don't have any way to say it. I'm going to see it.
It's like, you
But
gotta
as like
just
a
get over
set,
it.
like
Whip
if I
the
was
bad
like
boy
15, I'd be
Right.
like, no.
Right.
But as I was like 27, 26 at the time, I was like, sure. And it's like, bloop. And it
As a few years ago, I had an issue where it's going to be personal, but I
Sure.
feel like, the tubes of your testicles.
Yeah.
hang
Yeah,
down.
you
I had to
had
go to the
that
emergency
too.
room.
Yeah.
Me too, when I was
felt
younger.
like
I almost
felt like
fucking cried.
I had a lot of pain in my testicles, and
Yeah.
of course,
Dude,
you're
I'll
supposed
talk about
to
it too.
feel them when you're in the shower to see if you have ball
Yeah.
cancer, right? And I'm feeling.
I don't
and
know.
I don't know what an unhealthy ball feels like versus a healthy ball because I don't feel any other body's nuts but myself, right? So presumably. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, it feels normal. So I go to the doctor and I'm like, listen, I said my balls really hurt.
Did you say it
And-
like that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very blunt and honest in every way.
Your testicles.
Yeah, fuck. It's a doctor. He knows balls.
Yeah.
So I tell him, like, my balls really hurt. I said, I don't know what's going on. He's like, well, let's take a look. So I pull him out. And he tells me that because I was wearing boxers, 100% boxers, because I was a cool kid. Yeah. And because I guess my balls were dangling so much, the tendons, we're gonna call them,
Dude,
the
it's
strings.
literally verbatim.
Yeah, they're being pulled too tight. So I had to switch to boxer briefs to keep my nuts closer to my body because my nuts were too full.
support.
Yeah. Fucking, because the older you get, it seems like the saggier your nuts get.
So you didn't have surgery?
So,
No, I didn't have surgery.
Did you have surgery?
no, but I can explain.
Did you have surgery?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
You have your balls? Pull them out. Let's take a look.
No.
Wait, you got a scar?
Yo, my cousin, if you listening, Earl.
Oh, if you're listening to
Shout out
Earl.
to Earl.
Shout out to our boy Earl.
Shout out to Earl.
It's my guy. He had surgery on his balls. I didn't have surgery on my balls.
You had to
but
say his
I had
name
a
too.
surgery.
Shout out. You could have just said cousin.
No.
You had
I'm
dick
shouting him
surgery?
out. Hey, Earl, I'll let you call you tomorrow.
So in case
How's
you
your
didn't know,
balls?
Earl had ball surgery, and
But,
now you know.
I had surgery on my balls, but not through my balls.
Oh, God.
If you feel
Oh,
what I'm saying.
God. Under
Like the
them.
incision
The tubes?
was
I don't even have balls. I'm
above.
cringing.
Really?
Is above.
Whoa.
Above your dick or above your ball sack?
Right
In
through
the
my
middle?
Like
right through my ball hair. Right through my hair.
Your
Really?
pubic line.
Yeah, right through
Was
my
it a
pubic
hernia
Oh.
surgery?
I have no fucking clue.
Dude,
To this day, I don't
what
even know what they
surgery
did.
you've had.
Honestly, to this day,
Were
I
you
don't know what
under?
they did. Let me tell you what I thought at the time. I think I was
Holy
like
shit.
14 years old. I'm
Dude,
14 years
that's
old,
horrible.
and I go to the doctor, and they're telling me that I have too many veins.
In your dick?
I don't know what that means. Coming from my balls to my dick to my butt. I don't know. There's
To your
too,
butt? Okay,
there's
whoa.
too many veins in that general vicinity. For
We gotta
some reason.
take them out.
Take
right?
some out.
And we have to cut some
Oh,
and
really?
take them
Oh.
out. So they I had laser surgery. They pulled some veins out, snipped them. And,
Holy
and shoved
shit.
it.
How does this come up?
I don't even fucking know,
Did
bro.
you have
I just
pain?
know
Weird.
pain. Are you serious? It's the worst pain in my
Oh,
life.
Okay,
no,
so yeah.
God.
Well, not the worst. Kidney stones is worse.
Oh, God, I don't want that. Ugh.
Maybe,
Yeah, I
remember
taking,
like a few months ago, you had fake kidney stones?
bro.
You're like, I
That
have
was
it. And they're
scary.
like, nah, we're just
That
kidding.
was scary.
We're just fucking
I
with
thought it
you.
was happening again. But
I had a
no,
hernia
this
surgery that's very similar to what you're talking about.
They cut you right across the pelvic area.
The pelvic area, yeah. So
maybe I had a hernia.
So when you're a baby, and I might be off on this, I'm sorry, anatomy people, but you have tubes that go down to your testicle, to your ball sack, right? And your testicles don't go down those tubes until X amount of time, right? So a hernia is where your large or small intestine starts going down that tube. That's why they put the fingers up your ball sack and tell you to cough, because they're feeling for pressure, abdomen pressure pushing down in your finger. That's what they're feeling for.
Okay.
So I was going football. They did it. Of course, they said you got a hernia. I went in. They cut you right above in your pubic area where you have pubes, right?
Right.
They shave your shit off, half of it. The fucking balls in these people, right? They shave
Right.
half
Come
of
on.
They
it.
don't
I was a
shave it off.
kid. Shave
Just
it
take
all
it off.
off.
Yeah.
What, do you want me to look like an idiot?
I
Yeah.
just grown pubes. They shave half of it. I'm like, you fucks. So no, they shave half of it. They cut. They go and they pull. They tie the knot off, and it's done.
How long? You talking about all the way
Yikes, dude.
across?
Fucking
No, it's
yikes.
not. It's not like a C-section, a scenario. It's not like that. It's boop like
No,
this.
my shit is
Yeah. Did you have a C-section?
Do you have a baby?
maybe.
Did you
I
have
gotta
a
call my
baby?
mama. I don't know.
Hey, yo, mom.
I'm gonna call my mom and find out
So
what the fuck
I'll
happened,
tell you,
bro.
my story is not nearly as I had no surgery, but like I was at work, and it hurt to like sit down and like kind of move my legs. Like
Yeah.
if my thigh hit my balls, it was just like pain.
Super
it was like a
tender.
sensory thing.
Super sensitive.
And I was like, what the fuck's going on? And
That was scary.
yeah,
I was like, oh.
I think you were in Massachusetts.
Yeah, and I was like, go
at
to
the
the
time.
emergency room.
Yeah, and dudes hate going anywhere to
Yep.
get looked at, especially if
Well,
it's the
women do
jank.
too.
Well,
But
yeah,
I
but
guess we have
dudes
to
are
do it
very
a lot
dudes are all
more.
pussies. We don't.
It's very
Yeah,
Let's be
it's
honest.
true. We're not.
Women are used to getting shit done every year. You know,
Yeah.
guys are like, fuck.
I haven't
It's
been to the
it's been
doctor.
10 years.
Let
I
the
should-
shit fall off.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
exactly.
I haven't been to the doctor in
So,
years.
so anyway, I went to the hospital and because I was like, shit, do I have a cancer or something? I don't fucking know. And so I went there and I had to get a fucking what is the thing called?
Ultrasound.
Ultrasound of my balls. I had a bultrasound.
Weird.
Dude.
I'm balls
Pretty dope. A ball
So no, it was really weird because it was like.
Did they put cream and stuff on
Yeah, it was weird because
Jelly.
I was
Jelly loop?
no,
The
no,
little
yeah,
jelly
no. I was
loop?
laying down, and the doctor's like, "All right," basically, I had to flip my dick up, and they had to cover it with like a towel, so just my balls look like a fucking bunk cake, like just there, and then they just the tube on it, and they're
So
It was
funny.
cold, wasn't it?
it was pretty cold, but they just put this thing on there, and it was weird because I could like look at the screen to show
Yeah.
that there was like blood flow, and the lady was telling me that there was a guy that was he was like 15, he was a young kid, and he had a similar issue, but he let it go too long, and they had to like
Oh God.
cut it out.
Cut his dick off?
Yeah, no,
testicles.
Oh,
There's nothing to do with the
I
dick.
don't
It's
think
all
I'm ever
balls.
gonna
Yeah,
say
yeah.
a
But I
thing.
thought, like,
But
if-
basically-
if you lose you don't lose everything.
Oh.
No, it's not. No, no,
I thought it was
no.
all connected.
But
Everything
anyway,
gotta go.
so in similar story, they said it's interesting because like even I guess with boxer briefs, there was like liquid that came down because I guess when your balls drop, that's supposed to close, and apparently it
You
just
stayed open.
yeah,
Yeah.
at that
complex
time
stuff.
it just said fuck you,
Yeah.
and I got fluid in there.
So you saved your balls.
So I had to wear like whitey tighties for like 2 weeks,
Aw.
but now I wear like tighter boxer briefs.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because before
I
it was
love
just like,
it.
oh god. Now you
Sorry,
made it fucking weird. We're having a moment with the guys, and then we're like,
All
oh wait,
this
there's a
ball
woman here.
talk. I'm trying to find where I can to insert myself.
Don't insert anything. Yeah,
Hey.
but it went away, and I was glad because I was like, dude.
I will say balls are really fascinating and like very different. No, and the
My wife
funny
does the same thing.
the funny
Have you
thing
seen
is,
your balls
no,
breathe?
I love to like.
Breathe.
when you like okay, when you guys get home, just like hold your
Oh
dick
my
up,
God.
You had
And
too
then-
much time.
and then just kind of
He
like
shows me all this stuff.
go,
I'm like,
go like kind of flex, and your balls are literally like they'll like fucking
They'll
breathe.
pull into your
Well,
behind.
I'll tell you-
they'll like
I
breathe. It's like a fucking heart.
one more like.
Balls
really-
are fascinating.
I have a really quick story to tell you about.
Is it about
how
my balls?
Girls have no idea what balls do, and maybe we should teach our kids more about each other's anatomy. Because when I got
So
a male
weird.
dog, I had a male dog, my first puppy. I was like 17. I loved him. when his balls dropped, I rushed him
Ollie?
to the vet. Yeah, I rushed him to the vet.
Our corgi.
Because I didn't know balls dropped. I didn't know that. So just
They
one
drop.
day he's got
Just
these
an
like
empty
little
sack.
tiny like little sack. The next day they're fucking hanging, and I'm like, oh my god, my dog has cancer. My little puppy. Oh no! And I brought him to the vet, and it was like so embarrassing because my vet was like, so
So you're dumb.
When-
That's testicles.
when a male of most any
You
species
had a dog
hits,
before that.
Puberty.
I didn't, but I was
Buddy.
7 when his balls dropped.
You had
I didn't
parents
deal
to
with.
ask.
Yeah.
I
You didn't ask your
no,
parents about the balls.
I was a really over, but anyway, I just didn't know balls did that. So I learned that happened.
I think the important question here is: does the dog still have the balls?
He doesn't. No, he does not have them anymore. Yeah, no more. No more.
Pouring out for the balls.
You
man.
got any more stories? We've been here talking about balls and
got-
sacks and
It's
bath
weird.
water.
Yeah.
Man,
we talked about
It's nice to
cum,
have a safe
peeing
space
on people, our
is.
balls.
to talk
it
about
is.
it.
I tell you, if you ever need to make some money,
Yeah,
Sell our balls.
you can sell feet
Yeah,
pics.
we should just start taking pictures of our balls.
Sell all
Right,
kinds
take
of
pictures
stuff.
of your
There's
balls.
always somebody buying.
High
get
res,
bills in the mail.
high res pictures of our nuts.
if you want, is it? No.
No, what? No, please. You gotta say, we've said everything. We haven't held back at all.
We'll move on. All right, whatever. Anyway, that was it for us today at the Safe Space. Everybody, y'all enjoyed yourself. You enjoyed yourself here, Timbo-Slice?
Yes, I
Hey,
did.
man, I enjoyed myself too, man. I miss y'all. I wish we was doing it 3 times a week, but God damn it, I got a job.
Only Amanda and I do it 3 times a week. Sorry.
You're right. So,
According to her.
Facts.
so anyway, everybody, I do wanted to say something to the listeners. You know, we doing this show for y'all, and trust me, I look at the numbers, so I know how many listeners we do have, and you guys are repeat listeners and you're faithful. Please, seriously though, I want to know who our listeners are. Reach out to us, talk to us. We want to be interactive. However many 25, 30, 40, 50, 60, however many you are, I see you every single time. I watch those numbers. I know some of you guys are the same people. Reach out to us. We want to interact to any of us. Everybody's tagged in the post. Just reach out to us, man. 52s and Smoke is a family. The Safe Space is a community. So once again, check us out at 52s and Smoke on on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, everywhere. And you can hear The Safe Space, the Fantasy Outsider podcast, coming to you in about a month when football starts. Actually, 2 weeks. We're in the middle of preseason, so get ready for that. And Made with Real is out now. Check us all out at 52s and Smoke on YouTube. Hey, and just remember, we are a family, we are a community, and I love you.